Welcome, everyone, to episode 145 of Rangers Ed, presented by Lucarelli Law. If you're in Florida or New York and you need a lawyer, call Lucarelli Law at 239-775-8889 and tell them the boys at Rangers Ed sent you. You know, it's funny that I added that. I don't know if I said this last week, but I had
that's why I'm laughing.
I had a conversation with Dom about this, and I was like, oh, it's Florida, right? He's like, yeah. Well, also New York. I'm like, dude, this is a Rangers podcast. They probably have more listeners in New York.
Dude, look at the overlay. I took off the Naples part, and I just put Lucarelli Law instead of Naples, Florida. Like,
I love
this
it.
whole time for what, 3 years now? We've been saying,
I
if
know.
you're in
I
Florida,
love Dom.
like, all right,
He's
well,
the
Ranger
best.
fans, if you're in New York, you could call Dom too.
Yeah, I love it. He's great. He's great. I'm glad he was able to make it out. So we're gonna talk.
We had a good time with Dom.
We're gonna talk about the suite in a minute when we get into it. But how you boys doing? You recovered from the festivities on Sunday? We had a game last night to watch. Everyone's fully recovered, or we're still catching up?
Everything's good. I'm catching up from late night practices, but other than that, I'm good.
I will never be caught up because I can't complain. A lot of Little Ed's workshop orders coming in, so
that's good, man.
Good problem to have, but kid's a little tired today. Obviously, I was traveling earlier today, back from Connecticut, so a little gassed, but we'll make it through the episode and let's have a good one.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm still catching up too. I had to leave the game early. Flight the next day was 8 hours of travel. Crashed. 2 full days of work. I'm never gonna catch up either. I feel like, dude, but yeah, it was worth it. I don't care. It was totally worth it. So we'll get into that. Let's dive right into it because we got a special guest. We got to talk a couple games, like 4 games going on here. We got a lot to cover. So let's just jump right into it and do the jersey profile sponsored by our boy Mark over at the Blue Line Blue Shirts. Number 45, slim pickings here. I mean, I was going to go with like a one-off. A couple guys wore 45 briefly for like a season or a couple of games, Valaket, Schneider. But those aren't really the numbers we remember those players by. So I went with Aaron Asham, who to me is still an Islander. I still think of him as an Islander.
Definitely. Or Flyer.
He played 2 years with the Rangers and he only scored 2 goals. But he was mostly known for his fighting. I put the fighting picture in the outline because that's how I remember him. And Little Ed, fun fact, go-to drink order is watermelon vodka, Sprite, and a splash of cranberry. You're going to have to explain that.
So, yeah. While Ashton was on the Islanders, he lived on Long Island, obviously, in Point Lookout, which is a town over from, or 2 towns over, I guess, technically, from Long Beach. So he probably still does, goes to the bar called the Bowie Bar down in Point Lookout. And one of my friends at the time was a bartender there, and we always used to go there and hang out. So I saw him sitting there a few times. But my friend who was the bartender told me in confidence that his favorite drink order was a watermelon vodka, Sprite, mixed with a splash of cranberry. So for a tough guy, Aaron Asham, that's somewhat of a soft drink. So I figured that would be a funny one to share with you guys.
Wait, that's how you spell his name?
Yeah, it is. It's not a mistake, Coach. I know Coach is on the lookout for mistakes now because I always point out mistakes. So he loves to find.
No, that's not how you generally spell Aaron.
No, it's not. It's weird. Yeah, I agree with you.
He's Native American, I think, right? Is he from Alaska? Yeah, Native North American.
A Canuck.
That probably has nothing to do with it, but I'm pretty sure he's like a native, North American. That could have been another little fun fact, I suppose.
Damn it, Mean Machine. Anyway, so another interesting thing about Asham, which I put in there, I thought was interesting. At the time that he signed the deal with the Rangers, he signed a 2-year deal. He then became the only player to have played for the Flyers, Devils, Islanders, Penguins, and then the Rangers. So the only player to play for all 5 of those teams at the time he signed. I don't know if that's changed since. It was a while ago. But interesting fact. So, yeah, Aaron Asham, we're getting into the dregs of the, the numbers here. So,
yeah, it's tough.
Well, yeah. If you guys are on Long Island and want to go check out Asham, he might be at the Bowie Bar, and I'm pretty sure he coaches the Junior Islanders still. I know he did a year or two ago out of Eisenhower Park. So yeah, cool. I mean, from what I've experienced with him, he's a good guy off the ice, and like I said, he seems like he's given back to the hockey world by being a head coach of like the 18U, which is a pretty influential job.
Yeah, it is. I feel like those tough guys are always good guys off the ice for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like that's usually the case.
They stick up for their teammates, so they're a good teammate, you know.
Yeah. All right, so before we get into the festivities, let's do this now because I'm sure we're just going to weasel our way into talking about everything at once as usual. So prior to the last episode, the Rangers were 0-1-0, losing to Pittsburgh. Since then, they're 2-2-0. They currently sit at 2-3-0. They have 4 points. Obviously, it's early in the year, so where they sit in the standings, not a big deal. But technically, they were tied for second in the Metro and ninth in the NHL last night. I don't know if that's changed. They were on the road in Buffalo, on the road in Pittsburgh, 4-0, 6-1 wins. 2 big wins, getting everybody a little excited after the opening night shutout, and then 2 consecutive losses to Washington and Edmonton at home, 1-0 and 2-0. Let's start with the Washington game because we were there. Rangers had second annual Sweet Night. Let's bring on our special guest. Let's bring on our producer, PJ. Let's get everybody in here and talk a little sweet. Let's recap it for everyone.
Yeah, well, should we play the video to intro our special guest for this segment?
I think we should. Yeah, that's a good idea. So we got a special video to play, y'all.
Hello to the co-hosts of the Rangers Ed podcast. It's Sam Rosen saying hello to Coach Ed, Cousin Ed, Little Ed, and PJ. And your friend Allie wanted you to know that she thinks you're doing an amazing job on the podcast, and it's a great hit. Now, I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm going to, and if it's as good as Allie says it is, you'll hear me say, it's a power play goal. Good luck on the podcast, guys, and let's go Rangers.
An absolute legend.
We got to get Sam to do our commercials because he wasn't even looking at a piece of paper. He memorized every name, everything.
He's a professional. What do you expect?
He's a pro, man. He's still got some years in him, but
he's a pro. You wouldn't hear him say irregardless, that's for sure. But anyway, he's a pro, and he's a legend for doing that. I know it's cameo, but it's still so cool. And thank you to our special guest, bring her on. Helping us out so much. Hey, Allie, that NY Ranger girl on TikTok, making the reels, helping out with the suite, getting the cameo. You're getting co-MVP of everything right now in my mind. Little Ed's still MVP. I know he doesn't like the credit, but when I opened my bag and I saw the towel. And I actually looked at it because when I was there, I was like, oh, so nice, a towel. Like, he made a towel. It was like, cool. Everything was happening. I had my son. I looked at that towel, and I was like, damn, this is really nice. And then I told him, and he said, actually, Allie designed that towel. And I was what? So great job. Great design. They came out great. Everyone got one, I assume, right? You gave them out, I saw.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you were there with us, you got one. They came out great. Just kind of, putting all that together, the suite itself, it's a lot of work. And then doing the merch for the suite and, just all that. Little Ed MVP, but Allie, co-MVP for helping with that and for the Sam Rosen cameo.
And the raffles, you guys did a good job with the raffles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coach, me, I can never fully figure out the raffle situation.
Sounds stupid.
No, you did awesome. I wasn't going to do mine.
You got the booming voice, Little Ed, for that, so that worked perfectly.
It's tough. I know everyone's trying to watch the game, but I didn't think ahead where it's like whenever there's a stoppage in play, they're blasting music. So there's no chance to do raffles. And intermission, people are going to the bathroom or getting more food and stuff. So
lucky for us, nothing happened. So
Yeah.
You were able to do the rifles.
True. True. There was not much to miss. No, it was a good game.
No, it was.
Great game. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess the casual fan might not enjoy a defensive battle, but we certainly do. I mean, obviously, we want the Rangers to score, but it's still an exciting game to watch.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was great to see everybody. Obviously being out of state, I don't get to see everyone as much, so it's great to see, Allie, meet you and Mark, and a lot of our listeners were there, and meet them in person, and obviously see my family. So for me, it was a great experience. I know I had to leave early, but it was just awesome. The whole thing was awesome. And of course, the highlight, I think, for everyone, again, we told you guys, if you didn't get tickets and go, I'm sorry, but Henrik Lundqvist was there again. Everyone came prepared because we let everyone know he was there doing the pregame, and he signed autographs, for pretty much everybody on his way out. I saw. So I know I see Hirsch in the chat. So let me just say this real quick, and then I'll pass the mic over so I don't talk the whole time. So Hirsch had the Lundqvist Hall of Fame. Remember the thing in the Hall of Fame with the glass and it has the Lundqvist actual.
It's like the replica plaque that goes.
I have a funny
plaque.
story about that though.
So he's standing there. He's standing there
Yeah,
holding it like right in front of Hank, and then I walk up with Patrick with his little white Rangers jersey, and I was like, you're gonna have to go second, right? Like you're not gonna go first. And he was just like looked at me like, yeah, of course. So love you, Hirsch, for letting Patrick go first, but he was real quick in there second, I think.
I'm really happy Hirsch got that plaque signed because I was a little upset that I didn't think to bring my own, but next year that's going to have to happen because that's something you definitely want signed.
Oh yeah,
it came out really cool on that glass. Hirsch had to make sure it didn't smudge. What, right, Little Ed?
Yeah, so I had my silver marker, which, I mean, shout out to Hank. I mean, he didn't have to sign any autographs, and he signed almost everyone that was in or that wanted or was standing in line kind of waiting for one. Like, he easily could go out the back or go around the side or something, or at this point, he should have like 2 security guards with him at all times. But good on Hank for signing it, like pretty much everyone's stuff or whatever. So I'm holding like the silver marker that, someone borrowed the silver marker that Hirsch lent to me. And they were just giving it back. They're like, "Oh, is this your marker?" And I was like, "Oh no, I think it's Hirsch's." And I turn around and look at Hirsch, and he's just like over by the glass, just blowing, or over by the seat, blowing on his plaque. Like, it was like the perfect moment to catch somebody in. And like, I don't know Hirsch very well, but I know him enough. If he's anything like me, and from what I see in his room, he's a lot like me. And like that plaque and not smudging that signature meant everything to him at that moment. And I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy I caught him in it because it was hilarious. It was just perfect.
That would have been great if you got a video of that. That would have been.
I know. Like, I was videoing everything else. If I had my phone at that moment, it would have been great. But whatever. I'll have it in my mind forever.
Have a video of that in the background or something.
Yeah. we have to try to crowdsource that one if we find Hirsch in the background. Oh
yeah,
man,
so
good shit.
I was pretty pumped though. I was gonna go down to get Patrick a puck. It was his first hockey game anywhere, and I decided I wasn't gonna miss the Hank autograph for him. He's got the photo of him there, 5 months old, getting Hank's autograph, picture with Hank. He's not gonna remember it, but he'll see that one day and be like, "Wow, it's pretty cool," So, to me, I'll go to the next game and he'll have a sign that say this is my first game on the glass. So we'll just do it.
Yeah, there we go. Hank signing the Centennial towel.
That's
nice.
Yeah, head on over to YouTube, everyone, if you're listening on audio.
That looks fake. It looks like a cardboard standee. Like he's
it looked like we photoshopped Hank into all the photos to promote the suite.
Perfect human being.
He really in person. It's just like you almost like I feel like my mouth was open when I saw him.
Lindsay and I.
PJ, wipe the drool.
Shout out to Lindsay as well for helping me with the towels the morning of. She did a huge
job.
Of
course.
But what was I going to say? Oh, me and Lindsay were just admiring Hank, of course, and we just noticed him like in between like the commercial break, like the slightest adjustment of like his watch. He's looking down at his pocket square and just moving it like a centimeter It's just like he's just so like nothing is out of place. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean that was unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Just for that to happen again. We didn't know if it was going to, so now we know.
Yeah,
We're playing.
Shout out to
on that every year.
a lot of new people that weren't there last year that were just as surprised, and even the people that were there last year were still surprised to see him again. So,
I know when I walked in and the security guard was there because they don't let you watch the warm ups in the seats, and he's like, "Oh," and I was wearing my Igor jersey, and he said, "Oh, your nice goalie jersey." There's another goalie about to come in. I'm like, "Oh man, is that Hank?" And he's like, "You better believe it." And then John Giannone was super nice too. He had just done the Pittsburgh game because I guess Kenny and the backup Alex Faust weren't doing it. So I gave him a shout. I told him how well he did, and he gave. I don't know if you guys caught it when the Rangers scored their first power play goal against Pittsburgh. He did like a little shout out to Sam saying it's a power play goal.
Yeah,
which was really cool.
I did catch that.
Yeah, he said he didn't plan it, and that Sam texted him and was super appreciative too.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like just listening to Sam for so many years that if I was calling that game, I would have said that. It's just like a natural instinct. Maybe he just said it because he's so used to it.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's funny when he was signing. My friend Joe was there, and he had his hat, and he's like, "I'm going to get Hank to sign my hat," and I was like, "Dude, I gave you a Lundqvist banner when we got it. Why didn't you just bring the banner? Like why are you going to get your hat signed?" Okay, so he's going to get his hat signed. So I'm like, "Okay, go ahead." And then he like comes up to me. I'm like, "Did you get it signed?" He's like, "Nah, he's busy with other people." I'm like, "Dude, get in there and get the hat signed. What are you doing?" So I like forced him to go back, and he got it signed. So I was really happy for him because he was.
That was like my mom with Hirsch.
He was gonna let him walk out without getting his autograph.
Yeah, he was so pumped to try to get it, and I'm glad he did.
Yeah, me too. I was like, "Go! What are you doing?" It was great.
Yeah, everyone was like, I mean, I guess we all are just like starstruck by him, but like, I was like, guys, go up there. Like, I've seen him before, like, whatever. And everyone's like, no, like, I don't know what to do, like, kind of what to say. Like, I'm like, I know the feeling, but like, you just got to go.
It was like you with Drury at the rookie series.
Pretty much.
Literally.
Yeah. That wasn't really starstruck. That was more of like, I don't even know what to say to this guy type of thing. It's like,
I had to shake his hand. I had to shake his hand because Little Ed did at the Hall of Fame, and I didn't get to. And I haven't watched it since. So,
and Cousin had like slid his Hall of Fame ring off while he was shaking his hand.
I like forced him to too. There was like an awkward 3 or 4 seconds between me sticking my hand out and him taking it. It was like a little bit of like, really? Like I have to shake.
He didn't want to. His assistant came running up behind him with the Purell after you shook your hand.
Yeah, the pepper spray.
And the pepper spray. So, Allie, what was your experience? We haven't given you a chance to share your thoughts on the moment.
I mean, it was incredible. I've never been I've been in like the Delta Club downstairs like so many times, but I've never been in like a suite, especially like that suite where you can literally smell Henrik Lundqvist. It was incredible. But what was more incredible, I wasn't really concerned about my experience. My mom had the time of her life. And that was like the biggest thing for me, like me bringing her and like letting her experience that. Because when she was younger, like before she like had any of like me or my siblings, like she had season tickets when they were $4 a game. Like she literally like she used to go on road trips all the time. But like lately she doesn't really do like anything like that, so like being able to like give her these experiences and like go on road trips with her and like do things like this, like that was like the most important thing for me. And to see her have so much fun like meant everything to me. That was the real reason I got you guys the Sam Rosen cameo, because I appreciated how nice everyone was to her and how welcoming and how much you guys enjoy her and her banter and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, for me, it was an incredible experience, but more so because of watching my mom have a great time. More so than like I had a great time as well, but watching my mom like get to experience something like that was like everything to me.
Nice.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's
Thanks
awesome.
for making me cry, Allie.
No, that's incredible. I'm glad that you were able to do that and we were able to put this all together, and it's a nice little tradition, It's becoming a little tradition here. We've done it 2 years in a row. So So hopefully we can keep that going
for many more years.
Yeah, I mean, I also wanted to shout out. We made someone else's night. I mean, there was a birthday there. So shout out to the big group we had there. I think it was 6 people: Krista, Mike, Andrew, whose birthday it was, Chris, Jack, Maureen, and Mary. Actually, that's 7, right? Yes, 7. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, shout out to the MSG staff. They did not have to do this at all. The woman or the server that was there asked me when we first got there, like, is there any special event? Like, what are you guys doing? I was like, oh, no, it's just like for our podcast fans, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I had completely forgotten about that. Krista had asked me, like, do you think MSG would like put up a sign for anything for my nephew? And I was like, I'm not really sure. But like at this point, it's probably a little too late, whatever. And then when she came up to me for the birthday, like it clicked, and I was like, actually, yeah, would you be able to bring something? And she's like, well, it's definitely too late to order a cake. Like that would have had to have been done before the sweep, but like I was gonna go grab a cupcake or whatever, something small just for Andrew. And I was like, that's perfect. So we got to sing happy birthday to Andrew. He got to meet Henrik Lundqvist. I don't know if it was on his birthday or it's on around his birthday. And the last thing he said to me on the way out was, I don't even care if they lost. Like this was the best night of my life. So, you know, like kind of what Ali just said, it's why we do things like that. And yeah, it's just great of how appreciative everyone is, how nice everyone is to everyone else, like Ali just said. And yeah, everyone's kind of just like walking around mingling most of the time, and then we're all able to watch the game. And I guess that's 2 in a row that the Rangers lost, but hopefully one of these times we'll see a win and a lot of Rangers goals. So yeah, maybe we have to do one like middle of the season. Maybe beginning of the season doesn't really work.
Who'd they play last year when we went? Utah?
Yeah,
that was opening night. Yeah,
that was
6-5 in overtime.
Yeah, that was an OTL with a lot of goals. So that one was fun. At least it was a fun one. It was a loss, but
yeah. Shout out to Andrew. Play the end of that video when we sang "Happy Birthday." He said his wish out loud, which I'm not sure is like a party foul or not, but
yeah,
it was
probably why it
pretty
didn't come
funny.
true.
And it didn't come true. Well, it kind of did. The Rangers.
It kind of did, but not really.
Let's go. So that was super funny. I was like, you know what? You held the bar really low. You know, they could do a lot this period. So, you know, they'll come through for you, I think. And they definitely did. So shout out everybody who was there for sure.
It's too vague of a wish, buddy. Come on, you be specific. You know,
to be fair, right after that, there was a shot on goal that lingered.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Amazingly, and Little Ed was like, I mean, they did do something. So
right, they did
technically came true.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, the Rangers called up Scott Morrow. They did something. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't get PJ started. He's so excited.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
I was until I realized why they called him up.
Well, yeah.
Let's not get there yet, PJ. Just keep the lid on for a minute.
I know. I wanted. I think I have. Let me show it. Hirsch's. There's Hirsch's
nice.
On the.
Nice.
You know, he was really close to not getting that signed, right? My mom literally had to ask Lundqvist for him because first my mom's like, oh, he has this plaque. And then he's like, no, it's okay. And she's like, are you kidding me? I just told him that you have the plaque. Let him sign it.
Yeah, I was like, you got to get that thing signed. Like,
yeah,
it's so
kind of too far. It was one of those like, no, you got it.
Yeah.
Like,
Hold on, put that back up. That he signed that in the perfect place too.
Yeah,
like
right
literally, he's a pro. Like, he's probably
that could not be. That could not be like some guys would just be like, and it'd be like over the words. He signed it right next to his headshot. Well, perfect. Yeah, doesn't even touch the picture.
Oh, man, and then he even asked me
the same in person as it does in that.
Yeah.
He even asked me. He's like, "Where do you want me to sign this?" I was like, "Heck, I don't care."
Like, we just need your signature.
Like I was like, anywhere, dude. Like I don't know.
Little Ed's like opening his shirt. He's like, sign right here.
Actually, that was me.
Yeah, exactly. Just sign here. Just sign.
It was like
yeah, another big group there was Brendan and his family, Karen and Syrian. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. And Mike, Mason, and Alex. I mean, you know, like I said, like it's just over and over again the same people.
The trippers came. That was nice.
Yeah, the trip giving back. I mean, yeah, Eric, Corey, and their nurse Bob, they were there too. They're gonna try to get more involved with us. They have they have a transportation company with handicap accessible vans, which from what they were telling me at the game is like Ubers in the city, you can get like one of those vans, no problem. He said it'll be here in 10 minutes, but like on Long Island, you can't get one of those just like on the spot like that. So that's what Eric's trying to do. And he was telling me last night that Corey's just started a nonprofit doing something similar where he's hooking people up with wheelchairs and things like that. So they're working together to kind of, like give back to people like them and people in need. And I think it's a great thing. So we're going to start helping them out, maybe film a commercial or they're going to send me some content. And we definitely want to have them on the show to talk more about their business, because I probably sound like I have no idea what I'm talking about. So Eric and Corey are definitely going to join us soon. It was great to be able to hang out with them. They've been followers of the show for probably like 4 or 5 years now. And we never got a chance to meet. And we finally got to, so that was cool. So shout out to them as well.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a great picture.
I'm sorry I missed that.
Yep.
Sorry I missed that
Allie's
photo.
face is blocked.
Yeah, I'm nowhere to be found. It's okay.
I see your hat.
I'm
Don't worry,
behind
me and
someone.
you, Allie.
Where are
You
you?
guys got to Photoshop me and Theo.
I was gonna say the good thing about it is I know how to Photoshop.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good night, good experience. Definitely one that I'm gonna remember forever on my end.
Yeah, of course. Shout out Marky. There's another photo up on the screen. Mark was there for the first period, and then he went down to his seats down below. But always shout out to Mark at Blue Line Blue Shirts Jersey Profile sponsor. And who else? I guess that's it, right? Oh, Lance and Christy.
No, Lucarelli.
Yeah,
And,
we'll get
we talked. Oh, I thought we already talked about Dom, but yeah, Dom as well.
I got a picture up on him.
Where's that picture? There's Dom and Coach Ed
There he is, Lucarelli Law.
at tracks before the game, the pregame before the pregame, before the doors opened at 6.
Dom was in there also buying people beer buckets and stuff, right? So he was
unbelievable.
I saw him buying beer after beer. I'm like, you drinking all these beers, dude? He's like, no. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Dom obviously is very generous with his money and his time, or I guess his travel. He came to spend the night with us, and he was very appreciative as well. And he was very proud of what we do and able to give back and give people that experience. Oh, there we go. There's that NYR girl and that NYR mom.
Yep.
Very nice.
There she is.
Little candid photo I took.
She looks very defeated though.
The frustration was hitting by then for sure.
Yeah, for sure. PJ even switched seats with Hirsch at one point. They were like, we got to change something up.
Yeah.
And he like took off his jersey.
Dancing Larry.
Got that photo.
Little Ed with the popcorn bucket. I just want to say, last year you made fun of me so much for taking that popcorn.
You think that was mine?
It's Coach's?
Yeah, come on. He was walking down the stairs of MSG, struggling with it, trying to hold like his drink and the bucket at the same time. And we kept walking downstairs. And then me and Lindsay, we thought we just went outside. And I was like, oh shit, that's Dancing Larry. And we turn around, Coach and Dom are gone, and whoever else we were with, I forget. Kathy, I guess, right? And maybe Mark at that. No, you went to go meet Mark down by the train. I'm like, oh man, that's Dancing Larry. So I gave him a koozie. I was like, Larry, you never answered my message. You're supposed to come on the podcast. He goes, oh man, shoot me another message. I'll come on. It was a lot going on, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get Dancing Larry this time, but I've said that before. Who knows? But it was funny. It was funny to run into him as always.
Yeah, definitely a good time.
Great time, great view. I mean, it's basically like the Chase Bridge, and you could see everything. It was awesome.
You got to put up a picture of Patrick his first game, dude.
He is the most adorable baby I've ever seen, honestly.
I mean,
he is so
I'm waiting for it. I'm sitting here waiting. Thank you. He is cute for sure.
Did you just put it in the? I'm trying to find the folder where he's in there.
The picture of him with Hank
signing a Nike. Yep.
Do we have the one that's a JPEG version for the studio? Probably not.
No.
But the one that's on the screen right now is Lance and Christy. That's Kathy, Mrs. Coach Ed.
That was all the pictures I had.
Her son and daughter, who were very starstruck by Hank. That's another funny story, I guess. They got their Zuccarelli jersey signed by Zuccarello. We're talking about Dom too much. Zuccarello jersey signed by Zuccarelli Law, signed by Hank. So that's pretty funny. I'm sure Hank went home or at least texted Zuki saying I signed one of your jerseys.
Oh man, that is nice. That's cool. But
and I was trying to find a Patrick. Unfortunately, the image file is not working for
right.
his.
All right, we'll get it by the end. We'll get it by the end of the episode.
Absolutely.
What else?
It's an epic picture.
Are we missing anything?
we're probably missing someone if we forget you. Shout out to Joe Lags for supporting the show and always and coming as well. It's always good to see him. He came. I think we mentioned everyone, but if not, we appreciate it and we hope you had a great time because we had a great time.
Super nice talking to everybody. Really was.
Yeah, not gonna lie, when I left, I was kind of like, I gotta leave. Okay, well, they're probably gonna win it now, right? Because of that. But then I went home and watched it on my phone, and they didn't score a goal, so I was like, whatever.
I actually blamed it on you for leaving that they lost.
Yeah, Allie was like, I think if Patrick stayed, they would have came back, and I was like, I'm not so sure about that. And then
if you know Cousin Ed's luck, you know that's
if you know Cousin Ed's luck, yeah, that's false. And then what happened?
Let's not put my luck on Patrick though, because I bought him an Igor Shesterkin jersey, guys. So
okay, I think as Jersey Curse commissioner, what did I put on the back of his announcement?
Yeah, you said the birth of this child changed the fortunes of the organization or something like that.
Right. So he does not inherit the Jersey Curse.
Right. No, he can't. That's not fair to him.
Did you see the
innocent until proven guilty? But you are the exact opposite. Guilty until proven innocent because it's not happening yet.
Guys, can we put that? Can we play that?
Allie, no. What were you going to say first?
Oh, no. I was just going to say, did Cousin Ed see that video?
Yeah, I saw it. I was
cracking up.
I sent it to him right away.
But it's also not funny.
It's bad. It's bad. It's not funny.
It's not funny at all.
It's so sad.
I'll drop it in the folder, PJ. I'm dropping it in the folder right now. Hold on.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Yeah, because I thought I was the bad luck because Allie was there too, but I was at opening night and the sweet game where they scored no goals, and I'm like, I tweeted out, I put a self ban on myself. I was like, I can't go back.
Yeah, so it's officially up to me to be the bad luck charm.
Yeah,
because I've been at every single one.
PJ, I mean, you've been to two.
After that Edmonton game, I said, you're not allowed to go back to the Garden until they score a goal. Because he's been to all 3 games.
Yeah, me too.
Who has? Mark?
Yeah.
Mark has, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, you guys, can you take a game off so you can score a couple and then you can go back?
Unfortunately, I will be back there Monday.
Mark on Sunday. Yeah, so Coach Ed and I will be there as well. Mark on Sunday was like, screw it. I'm just going to buy like an $80 ticket on Tuesday and go to the game. I'm just going to go. Whatever. I'm just going to go. I got to see a goal. He just couldn't get it out of his mind. He's like, I'm just going to go. I just have to go. Shut out again.
And that's what was so funny. It was one thing if it was like the opening night where they felt like they really barely had any chances, but it was even.
Oh my God. Let's not. I know you guys are going to discuss it later, but.
Let's not go back.
Last night was so rough to watch.
Yeah, it was. But at the same time, I thought they played well against Washington, honestly. I mean, I know this analytics back that up and people wanted to see a goal, but I thought they played a good game, which is all you can really ask for. And the luck didn't come for us that night. But like you guys have been saying, it's the memory and the experience of it. And I am really excited for this tradition. As long as this podcast lasts and beyond the podcast for eternity, we need to do this. It's something that, we built a pretty good community of people here, I think. And it's a lot of fun. So let's keep it going. Anything else on the suite? I mean, we shout out the staff already.
Coach Ed didn't do much talking there. I feel like
PJ couldn't get the photos on.
I let you guys enjoy it. I didn't swarm over Hank. Kathy got the autograph on the banner. It was nice. I had a nice little convo with John Giannone while everybody was attacking Hank.
What was the convo with John?
I said like PJ. I just says, John, you did a great job announcing that game the other night. I said, I remember 5 years ago. I said, I got to be honest, you weren't really doing that good of a job play-by-play. I said, you came a long way.
God.
He's like, I really appreciate that. I've been working hard at it. So he acknowledged it. I'm sure he's had critics.
That's very on brand.
He's like also, if you want to dye your hair, it might be a good thing.
You want to start dressing like Hank, it would do good for you.
I don't care what anyone says about you,
I
Mr.
gotta
Giannone.
Tell the truth, Coach. Always tell the truth. That's your brand, bro. Do it. Always do it.
On the sleeve.
You sure you want me to do that?
You do it anyway. By the way, you said I didn't, quote unquote, I didn't bother Hank. Kathy got the autograph on the banner. Is that Kathy's banner?
Yeah.
It's our banner.
Oh, it's okay. So you pulled a veteran move. I do that all the time with Theo. I sent her to get the autographs most of the time.
And I wanted her to experience. Last year she stood all the way in the back. I'm like, why didn't you go see him?
Yeah.
I want her to be, experience it. I'm fine with it. I was there.
She had a lot of fun. I could tell she was having a good time.
I wanted her to get the autograph and have that experience. We do that shit all the time,
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out.
I wanted her to recover from attacking Zuki that time in the car outside the stadium. So.
Oh my God.
Mark just said goodbye to everyone. He's hopping on a flight to Puerto Rico. So safe flight to Mark from Blue Line Blue Shirts.
Yes, sir.
Have fun. See you
Captain
Monday.
Herb is flying that baby.
Yeah,
enjoy.
That'd be great.
Enjoy.
No, he's down in Nashville for that hockey tournament we were talking about when he was on the show.
Oh, right.
So, yeah. So,
all right. Well, I guess let's jump in and talk some hockey. We just
say goodnight to Allie first.
Bye. Bye, Allie. See you later. You've been.
It's okay. I Irish goodbye to everyone at the suite.
I didn't know
so
if
we
were all going into the hockey together.
Natural.
We were just doing sweet. That was
wow. PJ.
Good night, Allie.
Allie, you want to stick around and talk D pairs?
Wait, I can't hear anyone.
Yeah, because PJ just kicked you out. He muted you. He locked your headphone. I don't know. You're banned from the show or something. It's okay. Don't worry. It's PJ's fault. It's not your fault.
That's me.
But all right. So let's talk a little deep here. So let's talk some hockey. We got a couple injuries on the back end. Carson Soucy was concussed. Upper body injury. We're assuming a concussion. And Borgen's now banged up. So I think this is a good topic. I mean, PJ, you and I are kind of chatting about this a little bit in the group chat. So, give your thoughts on after the Soucy injury, last game with the D pairs were, what you think. And we'll go to Little Ed and then we'll turn it over to Coach.
Yeah, I mean, shockingly, everything had been working. And Soucy and Borgen were tremendous. The analytics or any stat backed that up. And it was a shame that Soucy got hurt. I never thought those words would be coming out of my mouth, but he was playing great. And, Fox looked like he was thriving with Gavrikov. And, even, back in nine, and unfortunately I struggled a little bit as I was worried about going into this. And it seems like Sullivan is kind of agreeing with that. And, I was pleasantly surprised with Robertson in the last two games. So that's been a nice, pleasant surprise. And, Coach will get into that in Coach's corner about the ice time. It should be pretty interesting to see what they do. And now, unfortunately, Borgen seems like he picked up an injury out of nowhere last night, which seems all these injuries other than Soucy are non-existent. Like, we didn't know what happened to Trocheck, and all of a sudden he's out. And now Borgen's out. So they called up Morrow. They had Mackey on the roster. So tomorrow we'll have to see what they do. Two tough opponents coming up. It should be interesting how they roll those deep pairs.
Yeah, Little Ed. I mean, what did you think of Robertson kind of leapfrogging Vakanainen specifically, and then whatever else you wanted to chat about with it?
I more so want to touch on Fox coming up next on the Little Ed's Norris Watch. But PJ, if you want to jump off and see if Allie wants to come back, feel bad. Want her to get a chance to talk some hockey as well. Yeah. But anyway, I wouldn't necessarily calling it a leapfrog. I mean, I understand like we're able to see the minutes played and stuff after the game. But like it's more of like, I mean, it's again like Schneider just getting another D pair, right? I don't know what the reason is. At the same time, you would be like, oh, how come Schneider's still back on the third pair? So if Schneider gets to gets the promotion there up to the second pair, then someone's got to play with him. Maybe they just trust Vakanainen with Morrow for whatever reason. I mean, maybe they think they mix a little bit better. I mean, we could speculate all we want, but I think the main point I'm trying to make is Coach Ed and I coach a very similar way, obviously, where it's you have your top guys, you have your top two pairs, but if someone's having a better game than someone else that game, they're going to get more minutes. If my third pairing defenseman is having an outstanding game for whatever reason because his mom's in the crowd or something, he's going to get more minutes than the second pair if he's having not a great game. He's going to be trusted more at the end of the game if he's been throwing hits all night, whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. So obviously Fox and Gavrikov are going to get the top minutes, but right now I think those second and third pair, all four of those defensemen are kind of interchangeable in every spot.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I thought when I say leapfrogged, I mean I just look at it as opening night. Robertson's the 7th D, Vakanainen's in the lineup. Yeah. And, in that first game, or whatever, I forgot which game, a Washington game, maybe it was, he played not just more minutes, but a lot more minutes than him, a couple of shifts more. So to me, that's the coach trusted him more in the third period in particular. I think he had 2 shifts in the third period. So to me, that's the coach trusting Robertson more than Vakanainen at that point, right? So to me, it's kind of leapfrogged him in the lineup a little bit. But I hear you. I agree. They're all kind of interchangeable, and some Robertson might have a bad game next game, and Vakanainen might have a good game, right? So
right, it's a very good problem to have. I mean, yeah, like I said, you want your top guys to get the most minutes, but if everyone else, I think I said this before, it's team defense. If everyone is kind of interchangeable. I mean, you look at the Panthers. Everyone is playing the same way no matter what.
And Panthers coming soon.
Yeah, and that should go. If I felt like starting another podcast and starting from scratch, it would be happening, but that's not happening.
Dude, come on.
But
come on, man.
No, I can't. But you know what I'm trying to say? Those guys should be interchangeable, and I guess this is going to be a defensive focused episode because Coach Ed's going to touch on the minutes later for the defensemen.
You know what it is? I saw my neighbor across the street today. I was getting the mail, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, bud?" He actually works for the Panthers and tickets or something. So he's like, "Hey, what's up, bud? You guys gonna score a goal at home this year?" This is why I don't want to hear the Panthers stuff. I live here, dude.
They also got dog walked by the Flyers, so he can't really talk about anything.
The team sucked for 30 years. 30 years. They were an irrelevant franchise. Completely irrelevant. They should have extracted them from the NHL. That's how bad they were.
Relegated them.
All right. Anyway, I'm sorry. I digress. What were we talking about? D pairs. Coach.
D pairs.
Oh no, Allie. Sorry, we got you back and you could hear us now.
Yes.
So did you?
I didn't know I was going to be on for this.
Well, we're putting you on the spot and you're invited.
Love that. What's your question?
What are your thoughts on the D pairs after the Soucy injury? And if you want to touch on it now with Borgen possibly out too, the fact that Robertson had more minutes than Vakanainen, maybe more on call-up, whatever you want.
I think Robertson is doing great. I think he's good where he's at. I think obviously Fox and Gavrikov are a great pairing from what I see. Borgen, I don't want to be so hard on him, but I'm not devastated because I don't think he's been elite. No, I know. But I don't. And me and Mel have talked about it. I don't think that he I think he looked so good when we first got him because Miller was so bad. So but I don't know. He hasn't done anything impressive that I've seen. And obviously Vakanainen's performance last night, I mean, it was a huge blowing of coverage. Sorry, Mel. But
we'll analyze that play because
Yeah, I know that's not coming till later, but yeah.
No, don't worry. Coach is gonna say it's not Vakanina's fault and it's somebody else's fault.
But no, what I will say, and I know you're not touching on last night's game yet, or are you? I don't know.
Whatever, it's okay.
But going off last night's game, anytime you can shut down McDavid and Draisaitl, you've played a great game to me. And they didn't really give them any room to work with, in my opinion. So I don't know. I'm good with, the defense that we have. I think that even like the extra pieces that we have are good and have been performing, and I wouldn't want anyone off. I'm glad Morrow's coming up, but I'm not mad at anyone that we have currently.
I do want to jump back in real quick. I don't know if this will change your mind, Allie. I know we'll call this my analytic of the week. I have another one for you guys too, but Dom, bunch of letters at The Athletic. Lecision, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He put out a new stat where he called defensive rating, where he kind of takes in, standard stats, chances for, chances against. Do you want to take a guess where Will Borgen is on that list in the whole league?
I think I saw this on Instagram. Was it on Instagram?
It might have been. He's number 2 in the whole league, Will Borgen, so far as that defensive rating.
Yeah, I don't know how you can say that he's not playing well. I mean, he's not a goal scoring defenseman. But the games that I'm watching, the guy's, I think he's very, very secure position wise.
It's also, I will say, being at, first of all, for one of the away games, I wasn't home for it, so I didn't watch it. But for a lot of games, like when I go to games, it's very hard to watch every single player on the ice and watch every single thing they're doing. I'm not watching it from a coaching standpoint, obviously. Right. I wouldn't know what I'm looking for.
Well, here's what I want you to look for. Allie, listen, this is what I want you to look for next time you go to a game. Okay. I don't want you to miss any goals, but when the puck's in our zone, when I say our, I mean the Rangers.
Yes.
Watch the defenseman covering guys when they don't have the puck.
Okay.
That's the key, what you do when you don't have the puck. And Robertson, since I saw him last year, those couple of games at the end, I think is phenomenal at it. I watched him last night. Even when I'm watching on TV, I'm not always watching the puck. I like to see what they're doing. I try to get our players to do it. Borgen is excellent at it. He closes the gap all the way to the corner. He follows the guys. They're very good at that. And a lot of it has to do with the whole team style right now. That's why their stats are so good also. But watch them without the puck. Try to take a few shifts and watch them. Focus on one guy, and you'll see the difference. That's where Keandre was horrible.
You know, it's funny that you say that because I feel like when we were in the suite, I feel like you and my mom were talking about that because she was talking about
I told her, watch Robertson without the puck. Watch him.
Yeah. And she noticed that she
without the puck up at the blue line, neutral zone. He does everything, in my opinion. He does everything right. He doesn't stand out offensively, obviously, but that's all going to come with the team, in my opinion.
It's got. Yeah, I'll definitely pay attention to Borgen next time.
And this has been
because it's hard to keep up with that.
This has been mansplaining by Coach Ed. This is a new segment.
No, but it's good because I want that.
A lot of people don't realize that. They're like, "Oh, he didn't do anything all game." Watch what's going on. You can't just follow the puck. I know it's hard because that's the whole game. But if you want to learn and you want to see what a guy's actually doing, not just go by analytics.
And when you're praying for a goal,
Coach has been telling me that my whole life.
When you're praying for a goal at this point, it's hard not to track the puck. It's hard not to see the puck on someone's.
I understand, but I'm trying to, now I'm not saying do it the whole game. I'm not saying do it the whole game, but take a look,
Yeah.
Defenseman,
I try to do that too, Allie. It's hard because you're watching the game. You're not watching away from the puck. You're following the puck. It's just natural. But I try to do it too because coach.
And even on TV, they're following the puck.
And I'm like, all right, let me.
Yeah, like games on TV, they're following the puck, and then like you're at a game, and especially in this situation where you're literally just like on your knees begging for a goal at this point with this team, like being at every home game, being like so defeated that you haven't heard the goal song, you haven't gotten excited about anything, like just wanting to see a goal be scored, like you are tracking the puck, you're not really paying attention to anything else. So, but no, I will next time.
What I was gonna say is defensemen like Vakanainen and Borgen. I mean, even Schneider. I mean, we want him to produce a little bit more. But like, if you're not noticing any glaring mistakes, or like if you're not noticing them at all, that kind of means they're having a really good game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
You know, like as long as they're not making turnovers like Keandre. I mean, ricochet shots forever, right? Keandre's always going to get them. As long as they're not making glaring mistakes like that, they're not. You can't expect them to produce offensively. And I'm not just talking to Allie here. I mean, everyone. That's why we're doing this podcast. Is like you're not always going to produce offensively. That's always going to be the bonus. So if you don't see them making any mistakes, or like if you don't really notice them, then that's a good thing.
And if you're playing against Connor McDavid, which I can't even fathom,
yeah,
he held him to no points until an empty net assist. They didn't panic at all, and I was just
not really any chances either, Coach. Right, like one or two.
He had a couple of chances. He took a backhand over the net, but again,
2-on-1 with Bouchard. There was a couple.
Yeah, Igor challenging, and Igor's able to challenge because the defense is forcing him to his backhand. So all these little nuances, the goalie reads the play. So it's interesting to see. And Allie, sometimes when I'm watching it with Kathy, I'll pause it, rewind it. And she'll be like, "What are you doing?" I go, "Watch this." And I'll pause it again. I'll go, "Watch this." I'll pause it. And she's like, all right.
Well, no, it's funny because actually when I go to the games at the Garden, I will rewatch the game the next day, like when they play it on MSG.
Because you see stuff on TV you miss.
Yeah, that you don't see in person. Broadcast. Yeah.
No, that's good. I mean, look, when the problem, I think there's a part of the Rangers fan base right now, like what Little Ed was saying, when these guys, you don't notice them, that means they're doing their jobs. 100% correct. I'm not disputing it, but you don't want too many guys on your team that are effective if you don't notice them, right? You do need to kind of have some guys that you notice, which is interesting now to transition into Scott Morrow, because he's a guy you're going to notice, right? Because he's going to make mistakes. We're going to see that. So guys, just get ready. If he's in the lineup, it's going to be a turnover or something. It's going to happen. So just don't jump off a bridge. All right. It's going to be okay.
I'm not going to jump off a bridge. That's the one time I'm going to join the chat and be all over PJ.
But he's a defenseman.
Well,
he's a defenseman where
back in 9, he can't even make a bad pass, and PJ's all over.
Well, I mean, dude, if you look at the Rangers back end right now, we're healthy, right? Adam Fox.
Let up 3 goals.
Hold on, Coach. Goals. I know they're playing great as a team defensively, Coach. Hold on. Adam Fox, Gavrikov, Schneider, Borgen, Susi, Vakanainen. 5 of those guys are guys that if you don't notice them, they're doing good. Right, like that. Maybe Schneider is kind of pushing. They're trying to get Schneider to push the pace a little. You can tell he's jumping in the play more. In my opinion, Maloney said it like 80 times in the last broadcast that they're trying to push him to push the pace. So that's good because he should be a guy that can do that. But you can't have 5 defensemen that are like that. So I think long term, Morrow being successful in a guy who can move the puck, as PJ has been saying for weeks, there's your credit, okay, is important. It is important to kind of balance that out a little bit. So let's hope that he gets a chance and does well. But if he is in the lineup, PJ, who are you pairing him with?
I mean, tomorrow, I would play him no matter what. Because what was the point of calling him up? They said it was.
Well, we know that.
Well, today when they practiced, he wasn't really paired with anybody. He didn't play on power play.
Oh, he wasn't on PP2. Wow.
I mean, that's what he's there for. I mean, he can run a power play, but
why take Schneider off? So going back,
I thought we were giving Schneider a real chance here. Now we're going to take Schneider off PP2 because an AHLer needs a chance.
That's not My thing was not Schneider's PP2 given chances. Play him on the second pair. I think it's ridiculous how many injuries they have on D, and the guy can't play second pair minutes. I think something's off. But
I can't really hear Coach Ed. By the way, he's yelling and
my mic is on. It's plugged in.
But my whole argument for Morrow was
stop ranting about Morrow and fix my mic situation.
I have. I tried.
Well. The Coach Ed honesty continues.
Oh, man.
It's a night. It's a grind your gears type of episode.
And he has practice later, so the kids are in for it.
Oh boy.
Oh, they're already in for it. Trust me.
But the
I'm
Morrow
sure.
thing to me, like my whole argument of Vakanainen is if he's going to make the type of mistake he made last night, I'd rather Morrow make that mistake, and at least he's going to give you something to be able to repay it on the opposite end. So if he's playing tomorrow, which they said if Borgen plays, he might not.
Hey, wait, PJ, before we go any further, you said it twice now. Let's analyze this mistake because now my blood's boiling. What was the mistake? What was the mistake he made? What was the mistake?
Well, he hit the ref. It was a bad bounce, but he got beat up. Yeah, but he got beat up the ice.
He was flat-footed, coach.
Yeah.
Just explain to Allie something to watch everybody. What happened on that play? Look at the rest of the ice, not just that he hit the ref.
He was flat-footed.
Yeah, I mean, he was going to dump it in, so everyone was going one way, and then the puck hit the ref.
Schneider cheated. And he was going to the blue line where the puck was going to come around. Schneider cheated. It hit the ref, and they jumped it. It was a 2-on-1. He made the wrong decision, possibly. But he didn't make the whole play happen. Schneider can't cheat and jump like that. He's got to be back. He's got to be the last man until that puck is in the zone. So look at the whole play. It hit the ref. They got screwed. So don't take the whole game and say, oh, if he makes a mistake like that again. Everybody's got to learn from that mistake. It's like Laz said, it's more than one guy that makes the mistake.
Totally. No, I don't disagree with that. My whole point is clearly Sullivan is feeling the same way as me. He's not liking what he's seeing from Vakanainen either. So my whole point, I'm not nitpicking every little mistake, but my whole point is if a D man who's in there for his defense is going to make mistakes, I'd rather have somebody who can at least give you something on the other end.
Yeah. I mean, look, here's the thing with Vakanainen, right? I said preseason, I like the kid. I think he could be a diamond in the rough. I was super impressed with him last year. Has he been great this year? I don't really think so. But it's 5 games. I mean, we're like he stinks or something. The guy made one mistake in the game. He made one mistake and it ended up in the net. So it's like, to me, could they improve that spot? Like, sure. Are there players in the league they could get that would be an improvement on Vakanainen? Is Morrow an improvement? Maybe. I don't know, but you got to give him a little bit of run before you run him off the roster, in my opinion. Like, it's just one mistake. He didn't make another mistake the whole night against Edmonton.
That's because he was benched.
Well, I mean, he played 2 full periods,
Can I say something as like a regular fan standpoint, though? Like, just like, not someone who analyzes plays like you guys do. Like, I think from a fan standpoint, if that goal didn't get scored, we were going to overtime, which who knows how it would have worked out. But the way that we were playing, it would have went to overtime. And just having that hope, like, so you're going to blame whoever you're seeing as, who messed up that play. Like, oh, Vakanainen was at the helm of that play. Like, we're going to blame him and we're going to say that he's the worst defenseman and get him off the ice and good that he's benched. Like, but again, like Coach said, it's a team effort. There's more than one, it's like a domino effect. But from a fan standpoint, like, I think that's why the frustration is, because if that goal didn't get scored, the way that they were playing could have easily went to overtime, and who knows what would have happened.
I mean, here's the thing, Allie, you make a good point. That is exactly right. But here's the thing. This is Ranger fan syndrome. They did it to Jacob Trouba, right? Every single mistake was, the goal against. Trouba was on the ice. Every single time they did it to him. If Keandre Miller last year is in that game, the Rangers lose 4-0 because he makes 5 or 6 mistakes that lead to odd man rushes. You know what I mean? Like, So the Rangers are trying a different approach this year. They're playing a little more defensively. Overall, Vakanainen has been good. He made one mistake. In my opinion, Coach, he was flat-footed on that play. He should have had better awareness. I'm not saying he's the only one responsible for the goal. I don't think any one player is the only one responsible for any goal. Like you always say.
Team sport at the end.
Well, again,
he
was caught flat-footed because it was a surprise to him. All of a sudden it happened, and he was caught a little in no man's land. I'm not denying that.
Yes, yeah.
But again, in a game with that kind of speed, You guys realize that game ended at 9:25. Usually we're barely making the train at 9:45.
Yep.
There were no whistles. That game was phenomenal.
It was one mistake. It was one mistake.
I'm with you. I'm with you on it. I'm with you.
It's like, damn, man.
I don't understand it.
Why couldn't Igor close his legs, PJ? Why couldn't he just get those legs down a little faster?
Igor was caught flat-footed too.
I will go make the save. It was a little
Trent Frederick. Come on.
Yeah, Frederick. Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. 150.
No, I mean
he got outplayed by Charlie. No, that was quick. But he got outplayed by Stuart Skinner. He got outplayed by Artur Shilovs.
No, I mean, of course he could have saved it, but as a goalie, those breakaways are the hardest to stop when a guy is chasing the defender's chasing the forward because it's like a broken play. It's hard to read. That's the toughest.
What are you talking about? He had a breakaway from outside the blue line.
But the guy is chasing him. When a guy is chasing the defender and trying to break it up as he's trying to shoot, it's hard to read the shot. This is why he was going. I mean, he went back too far in his net. There's no doubt about it.
So what should you do as a defenseman? Not chase the guy?
No, I'm not saying that.
Then they'll say you weren't hustling.
Then you say he wasn't hustling. He was standing there.
No, I'm not saying that. Of course you got defended. I'm just saying from a goalie,
I'm not blaming Igor,
those are the hardest breakaways. Which is why goalies.
I was trolling you, dude. Trolling you 100% as a breakaway. It's gonna go in sometimes. Like I'm not blaming Igor at all for that.
Then it doesn't go in.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, by the way, what's the Little Ed Bowl prediction at right now? Would you say Mika's going to score and how many breakaway? 30%,
20%, and 15 to 20 opportunities.
So I think he's 0 for like 12 right now. So
how many does he have?
I don't think Hirsch makes up a good point. I don't think the Rangers have had a clear breakaway that I remember. Maybe Edstrom had one that I remember.
Well, he's been alone on the goalie, but I guess not a breakaway. Yeah. Kind of like from the dot. Anyway, Vakanainen, I'm not giving up on him. I'm also not writing off Parsonen or any of these guys who are having tough starts. It's 5 games in. I'm taking the Coach Ed approach this year, and I'm having a little bit of patience and just letting it develop. Half these guys might not, these guys aren't going to be on the team at the end of the year. Vakanainen might get dealt or waived. Who knows? But right now, let's just see. Coach, you agree?
Cousin Ed, since he's a dad, is changing. He'd be.
I know. I'm turning into Coach Ed slowly. It's happening over time. In 20 years, in 20 years, I'll be holding the mic. I'll be leaning back in the chair, tucking in my dry fit,
yelling at PJ.
Mansplaining.
Well, I probably do that already, but I try not to. But anyway,
well, I want the casual fan who's very into the Rangers to try to learn a little bit and watch the game for its whole entirety, not just the one spot.
Okay, so I have a question for you then, because as a casual fan and Will Cooley,
I'm not saying you're not a knowledgeable casual.
No, it's fine. That's fine. But my thing is a Will Cooley fanatic who was so high on him. I don't think he played a great game last night. I want to know what your thoughts are.
Well, again, you're playing the Edmonton Oilers with McDavid and Draisaitl. Everybody has to play cautious. You have to turn and see who's on the ice. You have to, your angles have to be different on the forecheck. There's stuff that we can't even comprehend that they go through in their mind at that level. All right. I mean, I only know because I listened to coaches talk. I listened to Sullivan talk after the game, who, by the way, said, I didn't bench anybody. There's just certain situations in certain games that guys are going to get more minutes. I know that's a good answer to protect his players, but that's a fact. Like Little Ed said before, in a game situation, Vakanainen may have been struggling that game. He might not have been able to figure something out without, maybe he'll learn for the next game. So the coach makes that in-game decision. There's been times where Eddie will come up to me and say, Dad, I'm going to sit him. He's lost. All right, whatever you got to do. So Quinn might have went to Sullivan and said, I'm giving him I'm taking him out for a few, whatever. But, so Will Cooley, again, didn't have a bad game. Could he have gotten in front of the goalie a little more? I don't know. But the whole top 6 really didn't play phenomenally. They had a few scoring chances. It was good. what actually obviously carried the game.
Yeah, it's also hard when JT and Panarin are clearly playing hurt. Like, I don't care what anyone says. You could see when Panarin tries to take a shot or pass, he does not want the puck.
You gotta, again, from a coach's standpoint, I'm matching JT Miller's line with McDavid. So his number one role is for McDavid not to score or get any steam. So take that whole first line.
I was about to say that too.
Game. All right. So now you got to rely. That's why that was going to be my timeline, my coach's corner a little bit. That's why the fourth line got so many chances. And that's what you want. When you have your first line taken out of the game to match up, you want the other 9 to do better. And they did get chances. Unfortunately, they couldn't finish. But that's the whole point of the game. We're gonna neutralize McDavid and beat him with the rest.
All right, hold on. Before we get off the rails,
I only have about half an hour. Go ahead.
All right, well, we're talking about D. Let's shift over into Little Ed's Norris Watch, which is the next topic. So, Little Ed, I'm assuming this is an Adam Fox conversation.
Well, yeah, because that was one of my bold predictions, or that was one of my preseason awards for, I think Adam Fox has a strong chance of winning the Norris this year. And that's not because, I mean, yes, Gavrikov's going to have a big part of that. As a defenseman, you're just as good as your partner is, or whatever the saying is. So that's obviously going to be a big thing to do with it. But I think the biggest thing is what we've been talking about is how much effort and how much dedication he put into the offseason and getting stronger and focusing on his defensive side of the puck. And Sullivan commented on it about how impressed he is with how much he's focused on the defensive side of the puck, because I'm sure if you ask around the league, people that just look at Fox's stats and stuff, they probably just think he's all offense and no defense. And I used to be one of those people because honestly, I think he was. But now that he's seeing what it takes, he got a taste of that playoff, that Stanley Cup run. I think he really sees the importance of it. And I know PJ and I go back and forth about why he should be in the gym and he's more cerebral and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not trying to get into that right now again. But I said to PJ at tracks before the game is like, when you're going to the gym, and I'm sure Fox has worked out before, but when he starts to see results and he starts to see, hey, I'm getting stronger, that just little bit of confidence that you have by looking in the mirror and seeing a little bit of muscle, that just like gives you that split second in your mind and in the back of your conscience, whatever you want to call it, that like, I can go in that corner, I can go get that puck. I mean, as silly as it sounds, I mean, Cousin Ed, you started working out again like 2 years ago, right? And you couldn't stop texting me like, oh, dude, I'm seeing the results. I'm loving this. Like, I feel so much better. And this is just another example. These guys are humans. I mean, it's no secret that like
the mental confidence that you get from exercise is unbelievable. Right. Just in all aspects of your life, right? Whether you just like, maybe I don't hit the weights as much since Patrick's been around. I do mostly like biking or long distance stuff like that to kind of clear my head. But even that, it's just, I look in the mirror, I feel happy. It's just different, right? So that is true. That is true. But I will say, just to push back a little, and PJ will appreciate this, it's not that Fox was bad defensively before, because he wasn't, right? He's what you call a TWD, right? A two-way D. He's not an OFD, right? So now, though, when he's got the physical strength to battle, that's the defensive game that is needed to win a Stanley Cup, right? Because you could be a two-way D by knowing where to be in position, being smart, breaking up passes. You can do those things well and be effective, but when it comes down to clearing the net, getting the puck in the corner, that's where he was getting beat up, man. You know, he was just getting beat up on it. They were targeting him. They were enjoying playing against him. We heard the things last year. He took that personally, and he hit the gym. And that's where he needed to work on his game, that and skating, right? But he took it personally. And
the Four Nations, I'm sure, was a big thing too. It's like, if I'm not going to get time with these guys, like, look at the size of these guys too, you know? Like, every guy on both of those rosters, or all four of those rosters, you know, they're big boys. I mean, Fox has the height. You just got to fill out a little bit. And like I said, I mean, I'm not looking for him to be jacked and like this Hulk.
He's definitely not.
He is jacked though.
He's definitely not going to be a Chris Pronger.
Right.
No,
No, I don't want him to
He's
be.
going to go
Well,
into the
that'd be nice, actually.
full
But
strength, and he's going to be able to take a hit better.
that's
Yes.
what I'm
Get
talking
that.
about.
When he gets
That's what I'm
back,
talking about.
That's a big plus.
It's a longevity.
Coach,
You
it's
just
like-
have that extra layer on you. It's just the extra layer protecting his knee, his shoulder, his
It's
elbow.
like Panarin.
everything.
It's like Panarin.
Wrist.
You look at Panarin, he's small, but he's jacked, man. Like he could take a
got-
hit, you know?
Yeah.
He could take a hit. He's jacked. He works out. You could tell. So that's all he's got to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is your Norris
You can
watch.
have
So
both.
are you officially putting him on Norris watch? Or do you think he's a legit contender this year?
I mean, I think I put him on Norris watch by predicting it in this preseason. I mean, it's only
Well,
5 games in. What?
You predicted him to be the most likely Ranger to win it. I mean, did you actually think he's going to win it?
I was about to pick Igor. I was about to say Igor because I think that's the obvious choice. And I mean, not to say Fox is off the board, but I wouldn't, me, I wouldn't have said that if I didn't actually mean it. Especially the way I've been treating Fox his entire. I love Fox. Don't get me wrong, but like I've always been a little whatever. What word am I?
Skeptical.
Skeptical. I was about to say spectacle. Skeptical of like his defensive play and his longevity, and like I said, every year we're hearing, oh, he's been battling a knee injury, he's been battling a shoulder injury. It's like, all right, like let's try to last here, buddy. So, I mean, like I said, like that extra layer, a little bit of muscle, hopefully will go a long way. And like I'm not to say I'm proud of him, but like it's good for him that he was able to accept one of his weaknesses, no pun intended, and make it stronger. Also, no pun intended.
Yeah, for sure.
He certainly looks more willing to be physical. It's like not going to blow up guys, but just to separate people from the puck. It's been really a pleasure to watch. For all the people that forgot how good he is, it's been great to see him shine again.
Yeah.
Also, playing with a guy like Gavrikov is probably I don't know how to say this, but when you're Adam Fox, right? You're elite offensively, and your defensive game is being questioned, your strength is being questioned, all that crap. And then you play with a guy like Gavrikov, who isn't really fast. He's not like great offensively. And sometimes I watch him and I'm like, how is this guy good? And then he's just so good. That's got to be a little bit motivating for Fox to like play that way a little bit. Maybe not be that kind of a player, but I think Gavrikov is really good. I know that I've read some things that hasn't been good or something, but dude,
I don't think he's been that good. I agree with whoever's writing that.
Well, I think that say otherwise, big time.
I think he's been unreal. His position.
I'm not going to be looking at the stats. What do the stats say? We only let up 3 goals. The whole team's playing good defensively.
Yeah, but when he's on the ice, they're not giving up any high danger chances. Like
he made
on McDavid last night. He made 2 incredible.
Coach, you criticize the high danger chances, but do you trust Valiquette when he talks about them?
Not all the time.
No, so you don't care when he talks about high danger chances? I mean,
I don't agree with everything. I'm watching him play other plays and other than I think he's feeling it out. He's getting used to Fox. I'm not saying he's not good. I don't see him being this great defenseman that we were expecting yet. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying send him down and bring in Morrow, PJ. Relax. I'm just saying I don't see it yet. I see him out of position quite a bit.
This is a tough episode for PJ tonight. Jesus Christ.
If you're gonna blow up Morrow and get rid of Canadian,
poor PJ. He put all this work into everything for this episode. He comes on.
I gotta give PJ.
We're just bashing him the whole damn it, Mean Machine. Play it.
Before we go any further,
Coach Ed is Mean Machine. You need to change your
show
team.
Content. Eddie and PJ, they do great with the graphics. I shoot a text to PJ, get me these stats, please. I got them within 5 minutes. I printed them out. You do the outline, I get it. I love you guys for that. Trust me, I appreciate it. But give it to him when I feel like with the players, it's different.
I feel like PJ's invited this a little bit, though, guys. So look, we're not picking on him, but in the last week, in the last week or so, in the last week or so,
yo, I love
PJ's been
Yo, Eddie Hurst was giving it to PJ at tracks more than me. So don't.
Oh my gosh! And on the way out of the game, like every staircase we went down. Oh, did you hear this one about PJ? Oh, did you hear this one about PJ?
Yeah, he
oh,
was blowing me up
what
in
are you
like my most
talking about? I'm
embarrassing
like,
stories.
my head was spinning. I'm like, what?
This is great. I missed that, but PJ has invited this a little bit because he has been demanding credit for like everything in the last week for predictions, last episode about the lineup, and then the Vakanainen stinks, and then what did you say? Parsonen stinks. So he's demanding it. He's inviting this, guys. So anyway,
well, my whole coach, just to finish and rebuttal you. The whole point of stats is because we went through this last year with Fox and the Four Nations. Your eyes play tricks on you. People, whether you think it or not, you can be biased when you look at things. You might see something, but it might not technically be what you're seeing. And the stats say he's been one of the best defensemen on the team. I'll send you again the clips, like all the little plays that you probably even wouldn't notice on TV against Buffalo. And there's a really good play on Washington that shows how he opens up so much space for Fox to rove around the zone. So all these little things.
You're missing my point. You're missing what I'm saying. You're not listening. I'm not saying he's not playing good. I expected him to be a lot better physically, battling in front of the net. I don't see it yet. That's all I said. I'm not saying he's playing horrible and that he's a negative to the team. I just think he's going to get better. I don't see it yet.
Fair enough. But if he can get better.
Again, he came from LA, just like I said with Susie. What did I say about Susie and you were giving up on Susie? Give the guy a little credit. He moved from Vancouver last year at the end. Now he's got the whole summer to think about. How did he start the season?
Yeah, much better.
It's a big
Susie's been good.
It's a big change from West Coast living there to here. The lifestyle, everything's different. New team. He's going to get you. He's going to develop great, I'm sure, but I don't see it yet. That's all that's my opinion.
Well, I get it, but I think he's been good. I noticed some things. I think he's got more in him. I didn't watch him every game in LA, obviously. But let's transition this into talking some injuries. We brought up Susie.
Well, let's skip.
Coach.
No, let's go to Coach's corner because I think Coach has to leave in like 10 minutes, right, Coach?
Oh, let's go right to the
I gotta
leave
like the quarter. I gotta leave at 9:45, but we could whatever you guys want to do.
I think we could do injuries then, right? We have time.
Well, we teased this earlier, but
it doesn't matter now that the segue has been ruined. So we could do either one at this point.
Speaking of injuries, this is Talk to Cousin Ed Curse. Here you go. If you missed it on our
we teased earlier
today.
And then this one is from me. This is going to test the jersey, Curse. I still don't know who it is. It's not a captain, so that's good. It is a captain.
So funny. So that's
Trochi. All right. That is a test. He's got a modified no trade now, so let's see what happens.
When did it end? All the enjoyment.
Can't make it up, guys.
You literally can't make it up, dude. It's crazy.
I didn't know it. Like you explained to me when we were at tracks, or the game. I didn't realize that injuries were a part of the curse. I thought it was just trading, and I'm like, now I'm so pissed at Oscar.
No, it's and Oscar takes full responsibility. He posted, I saw on Instagram today that he takes responsibility for the curse. So if you follow Oscar and you saw that was about me. All right. He didn't tag me or tag the pod, but it's about us. Now listen, okay. I don't know what to say, guys. I really don't know what to say. I mean, maybe we need to make a reel. I need to just send a video of me holding up every jersey I own. And then I'll find like a screenshot of like what happened to the player. I'll just find an article about it from like 2012 or whatever. And then we'll have Allie like put together a little thing because it's not just this, it's insane. I can't.
Crazy. My favorite one
if he misses 2 or 3 weeks.
My favorite one's the Johan Santana Hallmark ornament.
No, that one's bad. That's a dual Johan Santana one because I got his pinstripe jersey. That's the last Mets jersey I purchased. That's how long ago it was because of this. I bought his pinstriped official jersey That won't work, Oscar. It's not going to work. I wish. Pinstripe jersey. And then I got the Hallmark ornament for Christmas. Well, you know, they do like a one MLB player, one NHL player every year. So I got the Santana one. I open it, excited just to look at it. And he's like this pitching in the motion. And it's broken right here on his elbow, his left elbow.
My.
So just his forearm and hand is
loose. Fans listening at home.
So I glued it together to, you know, because I wanted to keep it. I just glued it together and kept it. Now, if he just eventually got hurt, I wouldn't say that was a curse. He got hurt that season in like April, right after the Christmas that I got it. Jersey purchased, Hallmark ornament received, broken elbow injury, career never the same.
At the time, probably one of
elite.
He pitched didn't he pitch a perfect game or a no hitter like the season?
He threw a no hitter. That might have been after, actually. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Gave us one more.
It was like a voodoo doll. You didn't even realize it.
Anyway, this has been a problem for a long time for me. It sucks.
Yeah, so
I really want to own players' jerseys and stuff. It's brutal.
I was thinking
you a blank centennial. Send me a Zibanejad. Just send me Zibanejad. Test
no,
it.
He's having a great.
He is actually starting really well.
We're not testing it again. This was the test.
Yeah, that's it.
You said it in the video. This is the test.
Kreider and Trocheck. And Kreider last year.
25 days later. Or no, what is
Kreider
it? Like
last
20
season.
Oh,
bro, Kreider I got last season.
And how many injuries did he have all season too?
And he's like
waives his no move clause.
He needs like a spinal surgery, and he got traded. So like,
and has 4 goals in 3 games for the Ducks.
Yeah.
When you were opening the jerseys, I was hoping the one that went to Theo was the Hank one was yours. And I was like, all right, we would have been safe because Theo could have got the Trocheck, and then we would all been in the clear.
No, Theo only wants Lundqvist. It's the only one she wants. Of course.
Blame her, though.
So injuries.
All right, injuries. So Trocheck, long-term injury reserve, upper body injury. Susi as well, injured reserve, not long-term, but upper body injury. And then we got Borgen now in practice. Dude, can you put that last comment from Oscar up, though, before we talk about this? That is funny. That is funny. Don't do that because then he's going to make a bad trade or something. So don't do that. Don't send the Chris Georgia.
We're not sure how far the curse extends, so we have to be careful.
Don't send me a Sullivan jersey or a Chris Georgia jersey.
And Oscar, I'm begging you. I'm on my knees. No Igor.
Yeah.
Just give me a fringe player. Anyway, all right. All these injuries early in the season, PJ. The cap space has become an issue. We, the Rangers carried an extra guy in the roster this year. They usually carry 22. This year, 23. Not enough room to replace any of these guys with Morrow or Perreault or Berard, so they had to throw Trocheck on long-term injured reserve to open up that cap space. I mean, what are your thoughts here on the Rangers' ability depth-wise to kind of sustain these injuries?
Should be interesting. I mean, so far, at least Robertson stepped in. We weren't expecting the Borgen. We'll see where Morrow plays or if he plays, but it's definitely getting down to interesting, numbers here. I don't think we expected so many injuries so soon. And it's a shame because you figured the perfect call-up when Trocheck went down was like a Perreault or Berard or someone in that nature to play top 6 potentially, or at least balance out another winger there. But like you said before, when they originally had the Trocheck injury, the cap didn't allow for that, which is why they only called up Mackey. But now they technically have the space, but in order to call up like a Perreault or an Othman or a Berard, they need to send someone back down or waive somebody. Or also put Susi on long-term IR.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, little Ed, string of bad luck early on. Cousin Ed jersey curse, hits Trocheck. I mean, Susi goes down and Borgen 2D. It's kind of a tough look. What are your thoughts?
The Susi injury was just brutal to watch. I can't even imagine what that guy's going through after that one. He was going in pretty fast into that wall. Pretty much just went head first, which is just very scary. As far as the Borgen situation goes, I mean, he's day to day, or he's like a game time decision. So, I mean, obviously, it looks like Morrow's probably going to get in there, but just the fact that he's a game time decision, I wouldn't worry too much about it. And I mean, you bring up the Panthers again. They're not too worried about injuries, so they got to move on, man. Slide the next man up. Let's go. Like, just carry on. Coach, what do you think?
I agree. I mean, you're lucky that we're able to have these injuries and still play at a high level defensively. Count your blessings. I know, everybody wants this guy in, this guy out, but so far, the system that they're playing, they're able to just slot these guys in and still play effectively as a team, which is very important. So it's a great problem to have that they have all this depth where they can just move guys in, and it's great that Robertson has stepped up. And, they got to figure it out. Unfortunately, with the salary cap, it makes it a little more difficult to figure out, but that's the way it goes.
I was glad you brought that up, Coach, because I remember a big annoyance playing the Penguins over the years with Sullivan was they bring in they would be decimated with injuries. I remember them beating us last year without Crosby and Malkin. They would constantly just still be pesky and win games despite having so many injuries. And I think you nailed it with it could be that, system, the way it's easy for guys to plug in. They know their job. It's kind of, they simplify their roles and everyone else does their thing. So it makes it easier to sustain that.
Yeah. I mean, we've been talking about that for a few years now. I know I've been pushing it a lot. So it's good to see that they got these guys that are hungry, that are going to step in. It's a necessary evil because there's going to be injuries over the course of the year. But the Devils' issue with when Hughes goes out, they tank. You got to be able to fill that gap. You got to be able to sustain that till you get to the playoffs if it's going to happen.
The problem is in a salary cap league, it's really difficult to have the depth to sustain too many injuries. So, look, here's my thought on it, Coach. Early in the season, if they're going to get injuries, get them now. On the flip side, you don't want to fall too far behind. So they got to just kind of tread water a little bit here, play 500 or better. They can't fall behind and go like 2-7 or something like that. But they gotta just kind of go 5-5, 6-6, whatever, until Trocheck is back so they can step in. It's hard to have the depth when you're paying all these guys so much money. And
I understand that, but what the depth I'm talking about is he starts Mika on the wing, Trocheck gets hurt, right to center, and everything's fine.
Yeah, well, JT Miller's also hurt, and he's playing hurt. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, he's not playing like he did that first game. He's playing hard.
No, he's playing hard, but he's
playing
hurt.
A different game. It was noticeable that first game. Whatever they did, I don't know what they did, what his injury is, but he's playing different now.
One more injury in the top 6, and there's a problem. It's going to be tough. I mean, the Panarin, Zibanejad, I don't like that combo with Laugh. It's hard to find combos without that 6th guy in there. So to me, that's an issue. On defense, I think less of an issue with the system. They have bodies. I don't know. It's not that I won't miss those guys, but I think, like you said, they can play a structure and kind of get through a period of injuries. Offensively, they got to score goals. Trocheck's a 50 to 70 point guy.
Trocheck's not their biggest goal scorer.
I mean, he's a 50 to 70 point player that you're just taking out of the lineup.
So the Florida lost Barkov.
I know.
That's what
all right, so come on.
Anton Lundell for Selke, right?
They're still scoring goals enough to win. You got to.
But they have better depth. They have better depth. They have guys that could step up than the Rangers, You need a guy like Laba to keep going.
All we've been hearing about is how great Laba is and how great this other, come on, let's go. Now's your chance.
I agree with that. With injuries, there's opportunity. I agree. Yep. Someone's got to step up, but it's a concern.
Would we be talking about this still if they had a little bit better luck? I mean, it's not just the goalies have been amazing. They've also been hitting posts too. I mean, it's not for lack of chances. It's not like if it was the last few games or like game 1 where they were just tossing softballs at the goalie, no chances, then I would be with this. But they are dominant.
JT said it best in his press conference or his interview, locker room interview after the last game. I mean, he just said, he's like, I don't even want to hear it. Like, just stop blowing this out of proportion. We're playing good hockey. The puck will go in for us. And that's what I've been saying to everyone I've been talking to. I'm tired of it. Like every group chat I'm in, every Instagram post I see, the Rangers haven't scored. The Rangers are blah, blah. It's like, dude, like, are you watching the games? Like, they're playing amazing hockey. Like, Zibanejad's flying around the ice for the first time in 365 days. Like, it's just, let's go. Let's focus on the positives here, and the puck's going to go in if they keep getting these chances. Like you just said, if they weren't getting the chances, it would be a really bad concern. But they're getting the chances, and they're just not going in. You're also like, you're obviously other teams are scoring, whatever, blah, 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 but you're also looking for, like, it's called midseason form for a reason. They're also, like, they haven't played full speed hockey all summer. It's going to come. It'll come.
New players, new system, new coach, new identity, new captain. It takes time, you know.
I mean,
and they're playing good.
To say it's promising how fast they're picking up his system, though. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember when they brought AV in as coach. That first season in 13-14, they sucked till Christmas. They were terrible for months learning that system until they clicked in and they went on a heater. But the fact that they're doing this against two really good tests the last two games was very, very promising. I mean, this Valaket stats I've never seen consistently good like this in a long time, especially defensively. Really good.
Yeah, when Valley's got a smile, on his face, everything's good. That's a good.
It's harder to.
He was critical of the top guys, though.
Oh,
since you're a little kid, it's about scoring goals. Since you're a little kid, it's about scoring goals. It's harder to learn defensive structure than to put the puck in the net. That's going to come.
Yep.
Oscar says, "I'm waiting for coach to say Igor." I'm waiting for coach to say Igor should be scoring with his new big money contract.
Well, with that, let's get into coach's corner.
Play Bella. Play Bella.
Hey, everybody. Coach Ed here. I'm over here in the shop at Bella Italia, Marble Granite Quartz, picking up my order for a nice little bathroom I'm doing. I've been a contractor almost as long as I'm a hockey coach. So listen to me when I tell you, when you want the quality work and craftsmanship, I'm going to see the boys over at Bella. They serve all 5 boroughs, Westchester, Long Island, all the way out to Montauk. Whether you're a Ranger fan, Islander fan, Devils fan, they're going to take care of you no matter what. Make sure you give them a call, 516-561-1018. Let's go Rangers.
All right, boys, bring it in.
All right, coach. It's your corner.
Yeah, so listening to you guys in the chat for a couple of days got me thinking a little bit, and then listened to Sullivan's press conference. Like I said, I asked PJ to come up with some stats for me. I do believe in stats, PJ, but I don't live and die by them. I mean, you guys are saying, why is Schneider getting jumped over? All this, he should be getting second pair minutes. My whole goal as coaching since I coached 8-year-olds was always to try to have 4 lines, 6 defensemen that you could just roll out. Yes, of course, you're going to have your better defensemen, your better goal scorers. But like I talked about in the first couple of weeks we were doing the podcast preseason, you want to be able to have the luxury of rolling 4 lines for the season to not wear guys down over 82 games. Maybe they'll have less injuries. Unfortunately, it hasn't worked out that way, but they weren't because of fatigue, I don't think. So I'm looking at the stats. Yeah. First of all, the forwards, just having that 4th line north of 12 minutes every player. I remember last year, Rempe was getting 4 minutes. This guy was getting 6 minutes. 7 minutes, the 4th line. So to me, that's showing that they're not clicking. The team's scrambling. They're not being trusted by the coach and all the cliches. So this year, you got Rempe, Carrick, Eddie. They're all up over 12. They're all up over 14 minutes. That's a great thing to have. So yes, it's going to take a little time away from other plays. And on the defensive side, You got Borgen up to 20 minutes. You're going to say the guy's not playing well? The coach is putting him out there 20 minutes, not even in overtime. Vakanainen dropped down in the Edmonton game to 12 or 13 minutes. But everybody else is over 16 minutes defensively. The 5 other D were over 16 minutes. So that's a great thing to have. And even in the Washington game, Vakanainen, again, he's been steady at the 14 minutes. So to say he was benched, I mean, I don't think he was benched. That's just the minutes he's getting. And it goes by pairing up. And Sullivan said that in his post game. It's just the way the matchups work, the strengths work, penalty kill, power play, the situations. I don't think they're sitting saying there, let's just roll 5 and sit back in 9 for 4 minutes. It might be a game situation, a defensive zone face-off they're more comfortable with. You know, all those little things add up. I mean, he's not playing 7 minutes. He's playing 15 minutes. So I'm feeling like the coaches, like we've been saying, don't play Fox for 25 minutes. I think that's a positive that he doesn't have to play 25 minutes. Yet maybe if he plays a few more minutes, they'll score. But to me, one of the reasons why they're not scoring is how many power play goals we got?
2. Yep.
2. We had how many power plays last night?
3.
0.
There's no goals. Yeah, 3 power plays.
And Fox is out there for I'm going to say he was out there for about almost 5 of the 6 minutes. You know, so they got to start putting pucks in the net. That's where they're going to excel. But I love the fact, personally, that they're able to even out the defenseman's playing time. And that's just showing their strength of their defensive core and the team structure is allowing that to happen because they're not trapped so much and isolated so much. So it's making it an easier game to coach, and the players are responding to it.
I found it interesting, and I don't know if you guys caught this in Sully's press conference last night when one reporter asked about the fourth line. They said, how can you talk about how good the fourth line? And he said, which one? So it's almost like insinuating that Carrick line is probably the third line as far as how it's going over the boards.
Well, they played like it last night, and that's what he said, I think. They played like the third line. Again, I love the fact that how many times have we said over the last 5 years, if the guy's not playing well, then don't play them. So Laba's line wasn't really doing much. They weren't a liability, but Carrick is out there buzzing the whole game with Rempe and Eddie, and they got the time. So that, to me, that's a sign of a coach that's saying, I'm going to roll with the hot hand, like Eddie said before. It's their night. Let's find a way to get one in the net. And I think that's a good sign, again, that Sullivan is reading the bench, reading the game, and reading the players, which is what a coach's job is.
Coach, how much stock do you put into and you might have answered this already, kind of, but how much stock do you put into the game-by-game looking at defenseman time on ice? Because I feel like when I look at it, I'm like, oh, this guy only played this much time or whatever. But then I look at the shifts taken and I look at the special teams, and I feel like that's going to just fluctuate game to game other than the top guys. It's going to the other guys are just going to fluctuate, right? I mean,
more or less. I mean, again, we just said it. Like, there's guys that are going to be on the power play more. Schneider's up at 18 minutes a game. He's been on the power play for not a lot, but it's going to add up to another minute and a half, whatever, maybe a minute. So that adds to his. And I don't know that they're going to – the only way they might say it is they're going to say, oh, Fox has been playing 28 minutes the last 2 games. That's too much. They might read into it that way, but when you have these last 2 games where everybody's right there, Fox is at 24 minutes both games. So they might say that's what we need to get him in at 24 minutes. That's a good level. That's
well, you look at last game against Edmonton, right? Like Robertson played 18:02 and Schneider played 16:42. So just from looking at the numbers, you might be like, oh, Robertson's getting more ice time, but Schneider had one more shift than Robertson. So that tells me that Schneider's taking shorter shifts. Maybe his shifts are more effective. Maybe Robertson got caught on a long shift. I mean, you can't – I don't know. I mean, it's hard to like –
Well, the first shift of the game that Robertson had last night, Maloney pointed it out. He was out there for 1:10. He got stuck in the zone. The team got stuck in the zone. He couldn't make the effective change. So that might that's where a minute or so is going to fluctuate, like you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So don't read into a minute or a minute and a half more. It's not like he's putting him out there more because he's playing better. The Vakanainen is a big drop to 14 minutes from someone playing 18 minutes, but he's still playing 14 minutes. It's not bench to me. He might have sat a few shifts in the third period, but again, McDavid might have been out there a lot more in the third period, so he didn't get out.
Well, he said Sullivan said that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that it's a game situation. And like I said, they might have said, I don't want Vakanainen out there with McDavid, or then they split up the lines. Edmonton split up Draisaitl and McDavid. So now you have to figure out which deep pairs you want out with each one of those guys. So then Vakanainen's going to lose a little more there, So all those little things inside the game change it up. You know how many times I sit there and the kid comes to me and goes, Coach, why was I benched? I go, when were you benched? There's a game situation where you're going to put certain guys out. It's not an intentional thing. It's in the heat of the moment. This guy's going when that line's out. And all of a sudden, the kid doesn't play for 3 shifts.
I know.
It's not an intentional thing. It's a game situational thing.
I've been there on both ends of that. I've been there. I've been on teams where I was on the PK power play, playing nonstop, it felt like, and then times where I just get lost on the bench because of game flow. It just happens. And it's difficult. It's hard to balance.
And at the pro level, it's crazy. At the pro level, it's crazy because the way they match lines and the way they have to do that is, they split-second decisions on and off the ice. It's second period change. You get caught. There's a lot of inside stuff that goes on that it makes it hard out there.
I just feel like
I still keep talking about PJ, the prospect game, how fast it was.
Yeah, PJ was raving about how fast those kids were in the prospect.
Oh my God, it was insane.
Yeah, it was extremely fast paced.
I just think that the more I look at time on ice, I find it to be a very flawed statistic because of many factors. Like, again, just looking at the Edmonton game, it's a perfect example. It really is. I mean, Will Borgen had 25 shifts in that game. Adam Fox had 24. Fox played 4 more minutes. So, I mean, how are we actually gauging that after the fact? You have to really analyze when they're on the ice, how long they're on, what the situation of the game is. It's a lot to take into consideration. And like you said with Vakanainen, that was a big drop-off because he had only 14 shifts, Coach, whereas the next lowest defenseman had 20. So to me, that's a big drop.
It's like I just said. If McDavid's going out every other shift, he's going to lose shifts.
Yeah.
It depends on the game. They might not pair him up with Ovechkin or whatever. I don't know. I didn't pay that close attention. I didn't notice that he was benched and not playing personally. But
so, Coach, I was going to say this and spur this on at the end of the episode. I know you got to go, so I'm going to just do it now, and I'll let you go first. Who's going to break the shutout at home, the shutout streak here? Which Ranger is going to score to break that streak?
What's the next home game?
Monday.
I think Monday.
Minnesota.
We're gonna be there, Coach.
No, I got your text. Who they playing?
Minnesota.
Why does that matter?
I'm just thinking of who,
He's buying time.
Shut out.
He's buying time. Who are they playing? What time does it start? Where's the game?
Is Morrow?
If Morrow scores the first goal, I'm not even coming on the podcast next week.
Coach needs a break. I need a week off.
I'm going to say Schneider. I'm going to go with my boy Schneider.
Wow.
Schneid's. Wow, that is a
on PP too.
He should have had one yesterday. He had that. Yeah. He blasted off the crossbar.
All right, let's do our picks now. Since
I love the way he's efficient with the puck. I'm going to use a word out of Sullivan's book: his puck efficiency.
Little Ed, who you got?
Guys, I gotta sign out. Great time at the suite. Great job by everybody. Great episode. Thanks, Allie. Thanks, Oscar. Thanks, Dominic. Thank everybody.
Love you, Coach. Have fun in practice.
Love you, Coach.
Very informative episode from Coach. Thank you.
Little Ed, who you got to break the shutout? It's got to be. I can't wait to the end.
I got JTM.
JT. All right. I'm going to go with Will Cooley. PJ, who you got?
I'm going based on last night. I'm going Sam Carrick. You should have had
Sam
3.
Carrick. All right, so we got Carrick, Schneider, and then Cooley and JT. So I like me and Little Ed's odds a little better, but it's gonna be like a Rempy or something like that.
Carrick's that guy. That kid,
He was the best player on the ice, both teams. He was incredible.
I said it in the chat. I agree with Coach Ed. Give him 8 years, 8 years, 1.75 mil. Be done with it. Just lock him in. If not, if he fades out, you can waive him, whatever. You can get the maple syrup that he does. I mean, look, the guy has a maple syrup company, guys. He's out in the woods in the summer with picks getting maple syrup out of trees.
With his brother, right?
Yeah, his brother.
Yeah. So like this is a kind of, I mean, you got videos of Fox in the gym and Laffy and Sorokin and Shesterkin pulling cars. We get all these training videos.
He's got the maple syrup barrels on his shoulders.
Carrick's out there, no iPhone. Just with a little pick, just doot, 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 into the tree, getting the maple syrup out. Comes in like a Hulk in the season. Like I don't know what he's doing out there, but
him and his brother are fist fighting in between tree taps.
Right. He's wrestling bears in the woods or something. I don't know. But I love that guy. He gets it. And I loved his interview where they asked him about I didn't see the whole interview, but I read the quotes. They were asking him about not scoring. And his response was about the fans. And that is, to me, that's just a guy who gets it, man. He gets it. Like, yeah, they didn't score 3 games at home. The team is probably confident still after that. But he's like, damn, I feel bad for the fans. You know, they pay a lot of money to watch us, and we wanted to score for them. To me, I appreciate that. Maybe that's corny, but he gets it. He's a normal, like, thinker, you know?
Yeah, he makes sense. Not sure they care. But
yeah, he's a hockey player. He keeps it simple, man. He works hard. I mean, I said it in the chat kind of as a joke, but like maximum effort is greater than skill. I mean, in hockey, you know, if you have effort and skill, obviously that's going to win. But if you have a guy that's taking the game off just because he's better than you, especially in hockey, it's, you know, it's a different world.
And I said this at tracks to Little Ed. I mean, I don't know if anyone caught it early in training camp. He had the mindset of he had to make the team all over again. It was a new coach. He had to reprove himself. I mean, he wasn't coming in and assuming he had a job. And you love to see that off a veteran like that.
Without a doubt.
All right. Well, with that, a couple more points I want to make. We can do them quick, and then we'll go into our stars of the week. Noah Laba, I think, deserves a little bit of credit. I just think, you know, his game is picked up. We questioned him a little last week after his first game.
Did you pick him for star of the week?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, no, absolutely not.
So no, I just wanted to give him a little bit of credit. I think that with Trocheck out, his development is key. Coach kind of touched on that earlier. So give your thoughts on Noah Laba real quick, Little Ed, and then we can shift over and do our stars of the week.
I think he's been fine. You know, like he's still learning. I mean, it's a big jump from the AHL to the NHL, no matter who you are, you know? So I think it's one of those things, like I know we chirp each other and like, oh, when's Laba going to step up? Well, but you got to be patient with the kid. You know, he had a great preseason, but we've said it. He was playing against fellow AHL players in preseason. And that's what he should be doing. He should be standing out a little bit. Now that we're getting into the NHL, yes, it's early in the season. He might still be standing out, but like I said before, players are going to start getting more into the groove. They're going to start hitting more. It's going to start being a little tighter as the season progresses. So not wishing poor on the kid at all by any means. I'm rooting for him. I think he's a great player. He's my style of forward without a doubt. But I just want to put the decree out there that we got to be patient with him. Us on the show, fans, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever, everything. Just be patient with him. He's going to make mistakes. He's got to grow. And the coaching staff too, I guess. You can group them in there too. Be patient.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, Laba was a shot in the dark pick, 4th round, and I love when those guys make it. And he's really could be a diamond in the rough. It's pretty obvious. He won Defensive Forward of the Year in the NCHC in 23-24, and those skills I'm noticing. You know, maybe his offensive game needs to develop a little. I'm seeing spurts of it. Maybe he needs a little more confidence, a little more experience to get his offense going. But the way he attacks the puck, he's got a little bit of dog in him, you know, to use a football term. He's got that dog in him, right? Like he's relentless on the puck. He lifts sticks. He chips the puck well. He's positionally sound. That's going to keep him in the lineup, even if he's not putting up points, right? I mean,
yeah,
1,000%.
I like, me, I'm a big defensive and two sides of the puck guy, and like his forechecking and his energy, like even if he's not on the score sheet, like I said before, the casual fan, we obviously want him to be on the score sheet, but if Coach Ed was here, he'd say the same thing. Watch him when he doesn't have the puck. He might not get the secondary assist, but he might be throwing the first hit to create the play or the forecheck or whatever. And that's what me and Coach Ed are big on. I haven't been on the bench in a while. I am starting to miss it. But like that's what me and Coach Ed are big on, is like we always congratulate the guy that didn't get the point first. You started that play. That was because of you. Whether it was the defenseman making the first pass out of the zone, the forward being the first man on the puck, creating the turnover in the neutral zone, whatever it is, the skill players take over. But it's usually that guy like a Sam Carrick or a Laba right now before his skill starts to take over. It's always that guy that creates the play.
Yeah, no, for sure. All right, let's turn it over to our stars of the week. We are changing.
Sorry, quick trigger. You say stars of the week, I click. I'm a simple man.
No, I love it. I should have left it. We're changing it up this year, though. We're combining offensive and defensive player of the week. We're just doing MVP of the week. Kind of opens it up a little bit for a little bit broader discussion. Highlight play, key contributor, and of course, Coach Ed's Doghouse. All right, let's start with the MVP of the week. I'm going to start with this one. It's Igor Shesterkin, guys. I mean, the guy, he leads the league in goals saved above expected already. He's given up 3 goals in 4 games, I think, even though he's 2-2 in those games somehow. But he's given up 3 goals in 4 games. I mean, he should be this pick every week. If he is, the Rangers are going to be really good. That's the reality. So that's my pick. I don't know. Little Ed?
Yeah. I mean, actually, I completely forgot that we were going to do the general MVP. So I had actually the goalie tandem as the defensive player of the week. So yeah, if we're going with it, you got to go Igor. Quick played phenomenally as well. But Igor got more games. So yeah, of course. I mean, it's something that we want. It's something that we expect out of him. And we can only hope that it's going to be a full season of it. And I think it's looking bright for that right now.
Yeah.
I mean, my thoughts, but yeah, it's just, he looks like he's on a mission this year. Like, I think he was pissed off at himself last year with the whole season himself. And with the contract kicking in, I think he knows, now or never. And
another guy that was working hard in the offseason, taking those boxing lessons, the focus, just the hand-eye coordination. Like he looked like a beast in his Instagram posts.
Yeah. Love to see it. But he just amazes me at what he does. And I think the way they're playing defense now is going to just make his life so much easier. When you have an idea where everyone's supposed to be, whether that's your player on the ice or the goalie, it makes your life so much easier to read the play. And if he's not going to have to worry about breakdowns in front of the net because they're not playing man-on-man anymore, I mean, if he's just clean look, he's probably going to stop it 99 of 100 times. And it's kind of what he's done. So, I mean, if they can limit the high danger chances, they're going to be very, very hard to beat unless they can't score.
Yeah. So Shesterkin right now leads the NHL with a 6.52 goal save above expected already in 4 games. Although there are some goalies, right, pretty close. The other goalies are playing well, but let's see if he can keep that pace, because we said it last year when he signed the contract. There's no excuse for him being 10th or 12th in the league in that stat. He needs to be top 3 or 4 every single season that, for the Rangers, obviously when he's older or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, when he's in his prime, we need him right now. All right. Let's turn it over to the highlight play of the week. PJ, let's go to you first on this one.
Coach Ed's MVP is Carrick of the week.
Oh, of course. Not Igor, of course. Of course not.
Yeah, of course. It would just pain him to say it.
Yeah.
My highlight play of the week was the Noah Laba assist on Taylor Radish's goal in Pittsburgh.
Same.
I love this in his own zone, pick in the pocket, and just bursting up the ice and making a sick pass. I mean, that's just what we saw in preseason and what we can expect when he really gets consistent. This guy is a dog on the bone. I love it.
Yeah, I had the same pick, man. The whole play, starting from his defensive effort all the way to his creating space and just creating a chance there, and it led to a goal. I think that's, for me, that was the most exciting moment of these games that I had. All right, let's turn it over to Little Ed and Coach Ed on the phone here. If you're on YouTube watching, you can see Little Ed on the phone with Coach Ed over here. Go ahead, Little Ed.
He did not pick a highlight, so I'll let him go first for the key contributor.
What's your highlight?
My highlight is the shorthanded goal. The nice play by Fox up to Carrick over to Zibby. Like I said before, I forgot that we were only doing the one MVP, but I had Zibby as my offensive MVP, so I'm glad I gave him the highlight.
All right.
It's nice to see him shooting the puck. I've been saying this, and Jenna can say it's like an echo chamber in my Rangers room. Just like, look at what Panarin did a couple years ago when he said, I'm going to shoot the puck, and it opens up so much more. I mean, starting to see it finally. So let's see it. Hope it continues.
Hopefully you can shoot the puck and pick a corner instead of right into the goalie's crest, the logo on his chest or the glass.
Well, he tried on Charlie Lindgren's big-ass glove.
I might have the best or the most typical Coach Ed highlight ever.
Oh God!
He just called me back and he
breaking
said
up a pass.
His highlight of the week is Panarin boxing out the defenseman, giving Susie the lane to the net for the goal.
That was a nice play. I gotta give it to him. I was gonna say this before, but it was so much to cover, so I didn't want to get into it. But Panarin has 2 points right now in 5 games, which is unlike him. He, like we say, he farts points out. So even when he's not playing well, he gets a point a game, right? But I can't even complain. I said in the chat to you guys, I think he's playing great. There was a couple times he had the puck in the neutral zone. He dumped it in hard around the boards. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
So I was like, all right, 0-0 game, dumps it in. Okay. So things like that, back checking, lifting sticks. This reminds me of when he first came over and he was kind of like playing that Datsu kind of game. Maybe he's going to shift to that, but he's playing for a contract.
Maybe he doesn't get the 100 points. Maybe he starts to play a little two-way hockey. Maybe he gets 85. You know what? I think that'll be okay as long as the team's winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
85
buying
in 2 ways. Good.
Buying. You love to see it. But he even said, I think he was quoted by Molly Walker last night that he said, until the last game or two, he's finally starting to feel a little better. I think you miss a whole training camp basically, except for a week, and all those games. It does take. It's like Sullivan said, it's like jumping on a moving train. So I think we forget, even though he's so skilled, it's not simple to do.
Yeah. All right, Jesper Fast, Key Contributor Award, Coach Ed's pick.
Coach Ed's pick for the key contributor is Rempe. He didn't give me a reason, but I'm sure all of you listeners can assume or figure out why if you know Coach Ed at all. I'll double down. I'm not doubling down on the pick, but I'll speak for Coach Ed that Rempe's playing hard. He wouldn't be I might as well just go. Then my key contributor would be Carrick. Obviously on the same line, but he's just playing phenomenal. We talked enough about him before.
Yeah, I'm with you. PJ.
Yeah, I was just actually gonna do the whole line because I thought the line, they're just creating chaos. They're noticeable every game. They're getting a lot of scoring chances too. I mean, and in the Pittsburgh game, they put a couple home, so they should have had a lot more yesterday. I mean, Edstrom, I think, has had how many clean looks? These guys have just been awesome all the way around.
That's such a Coach Ed move pick. No, the third and fourth line are my key contributors. All right, so now we go to Coach Ed's Copyright Doghouse Award, which is still sponsored by Suter Sweet Treats. Love Suter Sweet Treats always. All right, boys. Coach Ed's Doghouse. He's not here. He had to go to practice, but you got to tell me who's in his dog. I'm curious here.
Empty doghouse from Coach. He's very happy with how the team's been playing. I'm going to second that. Actually, no, I'm not. I got a good one, but keep me for last. Coach Ed's doghouse is empty for Coach.
Empty doghouse for coach. All right, PJ, you got anyone in the doghouse? Do it.
I was gonna do back in 9 in, but
I wish Coach was here so bad.
I know. No,
I'm
going empty. I really am.
You got bullied, man. I got vodka 9 in the doghouse. You got bullied.
I do, but when I step back and look at the macro of it all, I can't believe I'm smiling on an episode. If you would have told me at the suite before the game started, then before the next episode they're going to get shut out in back-to-back games, I would have thought this would be like miserable Central. But they are looking so good. I haven't seen them play this complete of a game all the way around in 10 years, 12 years. I'm extremely impressed.
Maybe not that long, but yeah.
But defensively, I mean, like, I can't remember the last time they defended like this.
For me, it's back in 9 in, and it's not anything in particular because I think it's evident from the shifts that he's getting, and I know it's early, but in this week is all we're analyzing. I think he's lost a little bit of the coach's trust in tough situations at the moment. Can he recover? Of course. Is he, garbage? No. But he's made a couple mistakes here and there that's making Sullivan say, maybe he'd rise the bench for a few minutes here in the third. And I think he's really the only guy on the team. Maybe Parsons the other one. But I think he's really the only guy on the team right now who's kind of getting that treatment. So I'm going to ride Sullivan's perception there and just kind of say I think that he deserves it. But anyway, we beat that dead horse earlier. Little Ed, your surprise pick.
Well, he nominated himself. Oscar's Pro Stitch Hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Doghouse.
Yeah.
Has to happen.
I don't know, man. The rule on this show is that you have to get out of the doghouse one way or another. We did get the text during the show that our jerseys are in progress, so that might be how you get out, Oscar. I'm not sure.
Dude, listen, here's the problem, okay? I don't think it's fair that I get a blank Centennial jersey.
What do you mean?
I shouldn't have to have a blank.
I'll take one.
I shouldn't have to have it blank. That's kind of nonsense. I'm going to just go put a name on it then. Anyway, it's got to be a player. Now, granted.
I told you Morrow.
I'm good with that. I'm good with Morrow. I'm fine with it. It's got to be a player on the current team who's either very, very likely to or definitely going to play in the jersey. I'm not going to just get like a freaking, Brendan Brisson jersey in the Centennial. It's got to be like Morrow, Perot. I still think that's a foul until they wear it.
All right, for our loyal fans listening right now, if you're subscribing on YouTube, put a comment on the YouTube video of who you think Cousin Ed should risk the jersey curse with for the Centennial jersey.
Listen, I'll put it to a vote, man. You can post this clip on Instagram. Let's see what they say. What you just said, post that on Instagram and let the fans decide. I'll take anyone on the current team, but it's got to be someone on the team.
My suggestion, I don't want to sway the voters. You denied it. It was quick. I thought he's a good legend. It's pretty safe.
That's not bad. That's not
Chris
bad.
Chris says Pinheiro.
Of course he does. Chris hates Pinheiro.
I would love that, but I don't know. I mean,
he's already hurt. We can't risk that. He's already hurt. This is the other thing too. I didn't even mention this. Like, we tempted the fate. Trocheck started the preseason wearing a bubble. Like, literally, we tempted the fate. You had your chance to mail it back to Oscar, but you stuck with it. You wore it to the suite, and here we are.
Yeah, they could have changed it to like an Avery jersey with the 16. I would have got saved.
It's got to be a player.
That's what Oscar needs to do. It's the nameplate has to be interchangeable for Cousin Ed. Just
there
rip one name off.
Just get like a Velcro thing on there.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. 2 hours.
Well, that is funny. All right, Little Ed is exhausted, so we got to turn it over to upcoming schedule.
I'm just excited for the upcoming schedule. I'm on a roll here, boys.
Yes.
Sponsored by Sorrento.
Let me recap last week for everybody. Little Ed, like he said, went 3-0, dominated. Even called the loss at the suite, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Cousin Ed is in second place, going 2-1. And me and Coach Ned are bringing up the rear at 1-2.
All right. Well, it's a long season. I'll kick this one off. So we got the Maple Leafs tomorrow night away, 7:00. I'm going to go with a win there. Rangers always play well in Toronto. Igor plays well in Toronto. I'm assuming he's going to get the start against them. So yeah, Saturday maybe that's Quick's game against Montreal.
I think they might give Igor both.
You think they might just roll Igor into Monday too?
I would. It's no back-to-backs.
All right. I mean, I'm in for it. I was just trying
Quick
to
on Monday because it's a Western Conference.
Well, we'll see. But all right, so I'm gonna go win against Montreal also, and the floodgates will open at home on Monday, and we're going 3-0 this streak here, whatever you want to call it.
Boy, I hope you stay hot.
Running games.
I'm gonna say win against Toronto. Igor shutout. Not that needs to happen for me to get the point, but I think he's gonna just lock it down and just go to 500. And they're gonna lose in Montreal. There's no way they're gonna win that game. That's a loss. That team's too fast. Historically, the Rangers are terrible in Montreal, and then they win. Finally, at home, they win against Minnesota. For you guys, there in the Centennial jersey, it's just get the vibes right at home. So I'm going win, loss, win.
And if you guys didn't notice, for the upcoming schedule, when the time is in red, it's an away game, and if the time is in blue, it's a home game. And if they're wearing the Centennial jersey, the Centennial logo's on there too. So just a little pointer there for you, cuz.
The little small details from.
If you ever get a little held up, yeah.
I already figured that. If you notice on the outlines, I do that.
Yeah,
the schedule does it.
And
I figured that. I read it.
Big shout out to Little Ed on the redesign of the overlay. It's looking really sweet on here for those who watch on YouTube. If you're gonna watch the replay too, it looks awesome.
Yeah, I feel like I want to get my controller out and like click through and like
pick which topic you want to listen to.
Yeah, it's like Sega Genesis over here.
Right,
that'd be sick if you could do that on YouTube.
I know, it's like clicking a level.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, PJ,
do
your picks.
Yeah, I was kind of on the same wavelength as you, Cousin Ed. I think they win in Toronto off the back-to-back shutouts. Play well against Toronto. I'm really curious what happens against Montreal with their flying offense, the way the Rangers are defending. But yeah, that game makes me a little nervous. So I'm going to go win-loss and then finally get something done at home. Minnesota's kind of struggled a little bit to start the year.
All right. Let's see. We don't have coaches picks
afterwards.
PJ, can you please post Patrick before we sign off?
I have it queued up for you. Yep. So since we missed it earlier,
well, I don't know. There was an issue with the format of the file, but I converted everything earlier in the episode.
Well, first and foremost, here's Patrick with Coach Ed.
looking quite scared. Looking quite scared of Coach Ed. Coach Ed looks happy though.
Yeah, he couldn't pick him up faster.
Yeah, he tried to wake him up out of the stroller, which was hilarious.
And there's with Hank. Got the awesome picture.
Yeah. That was
love
great.
it. No idea what's going on. One day he'll know.
I mean,
look at
I
those
don't think I've ever
cheeks.
seen you happier, Cousin Ed, in my life.
Yeah, for sure.
Look at that smile.
Yeah, I was pretty happy, not gonna lie. I mean, I'm standing next to Henrik Lundqvist with my son. Like, how can I not be happy?
There's
That's
a sign and everything.
Little Ed with the zoom outs.
Let's see what else we have in here.
That's a Little Ed shot right there.
Yep.
Quick.
So
Nice.
go ahead.
There's his headphones.
There's the earmuffs he had on to block the noise. There's Joe Lags.
Joey Lags.
That's the hat he got signed.
New man, Joey Lags, down almost 50 pounds. So congratulations to Joey for that hard work.
Awesome.
It might have been all in his beard, but he did it.
No, he's been working out hard.
No, man, he looks great. He looks great. Honestly, I didn't recognize him at first, and then finally I did. But like, he used to have a long beard, long hair, a little heavier, obviously. So he looks great. Good for you, Joe.
I love this picture because you and Fio are looking at the camera, and Patrick's locked him in the game. He's a real fan already.
Yeah, he's watching the game. Look at him. Look at his little head. Can't take it.
So cute.
So worth it. So
Rich,
worth it.
He's afraid if he poops, he's going to go in the doghouse.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's great.
But yeah, definitely one of the, I told Phil this before we went, we discussed that we might have to leave early if, he gets tired or something. And I was just like, look, I don't really care. That's fine. I was like, this is one of the most important things that I'll ever do with my son is take him to MSG for the first time. It sounds corny, right? But you guys get it. I mean, it's just that experience for me is one I'll never forget and I'll tell him about forever, and just to do that with him, really cool. I am excited for when he's a little older and he knows the game a little and I can take him up, and it'll be a different experience, but just doing that, getting it out of the way. I didn't want his first game to be in Amarant Bank. You know what I mean? I wanted it to be at MSG, and the fact that we had a suite, everyone was together. He had the headphones, all that together, it made it doable. It wasn't just like sitting in the bleachers or anything. And it was just really.
Sitting in the crowd with a baby's tough. Very cramped.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, we were able to bring the stroller in. It was just easier with the suite. I wouldn't do that in the suite.
Shout out to Madison too, our ticket rep, Coach Ed and I, season ticket rep. She's the one who obviously helped us out booking the suite and everything. Super nice. Helped out Cousin Ed, assuring him that the diaper bag and the stroller would get up there safe and all that good stuff. Yep. So Madison, thank you so much. Fans, if you're listening, if you need a ticket rep, she's great. And Madison, if you're listening, thank you so much. We gave you some merch on the way out as well. So hopefully you are. If not, thanks again. We'll talk to you soon.
I was jealous of that swag you guys got from her too.
Dude, that backpack is sick.
So nice.
The Herschel backpack is sick.
The one that Coach Ed wouldn't give me, even though he could get one on Monday.
We might get it on Monday. I mean, I haven't heard from Madison yet.
It's okay. She emailed her my address. She's gonna send me it. He could have just got it on Monday.
On the way out,
ridiculous. So ridiculous.
On the way out, I also found that she gave us the Sam Rosen pin.
Well, hopefully I got all that stuff because that's what I'm worried about. I have no way of getting it.
You might have to just maybe get season tickets and you'll get all the swag.
I mean, I don't live there, so.
Well, that's maybe why she brought it up to us, dude. Like
maybe Allie can hook you up. She has season tickets, or Mark. Maybe see they'll have something. Mark's got enough stuff in his basement. Maybe he won't notice.
Yeah,
Mark has everything accounted for. Trust me.
Yeah, I know. Put that log in inventory.
Yeah. All right, boys. Good episode.
Good shit,
Anything
guys.
else till next week?
Let's get some goals and wins.
Oh, well, real quick, Centennial plaques on sale from Little Ed's Workshop. This is the big guy, 16 by 20. Will Cooley, felt letters, hand painted.
Wow.
Coach Ed, border by Coach Ed. Solid plywood, personally engraved with my signature on the back, Little Ed's Workshop. Will Cooley, 16 by 20. Really is beautiful.
I placed my order for you had the Centennial with the Rangers font in the front too. So
yep,
it's so sick. I can't wait to get that baby up in here.
The big one right here. So both of these are available in stock, ready to be shipped out. If you got a big enough space in your, big enough space in your Ranger room for these big boys. So good stuff, guys.
Super nice, super nice. We should mention Little Ed's Workshop sponsors the fantasy league that we have. We're not going to do a fantasy 150 update, but I got to shout out Mikey P making moves already.
It's crazy.
Makes a trade. He makes
Macklin
a trade.
Celebrini.
He sends Macklin Celebrini to Neil Villapiano of Devil State of Mind for Jordan Cairo. I'm trying to understand the trade from Mikey's perspective, but I think Neil wins that trade, guys. I don't know.
Oh,
like you said, Mikey's always got something up his sleeve, though. Who knows what he's thinking?
That's what I said. Neil's licking his chops, thinking he stole Celebrini, but Mikey P. The 150s know what they're doing up there in Canada, man. It's gonna be interesting. We'll have to hear about it next week on his update. I'm sure he'll have a reason.
Yeah, I can't wait. All right, boys. Till next week. Let's go Rangers. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Good shit.
Love you guys. Go Rangers.